This week we meet the original Scream Queen as we discuss the 1996 horror movie that should have been a porno, Santa Claus with a W, for the worst reason imaginable. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bloodybits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me, as always, the guy who's just waiting to get his Scream Queen under the Christmas tree, Tim Yobo. How you doing today, good sir?
Ho, 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 what a movie.
Yeah, ho,
Okay.
ho, what a movie. But Tim, we're not alone on this journey. No, we're joined by our own Little Wayne, the madman, Matt Anderson. How you doing today?
That is fully Little Wayne, not Lil Wayne.
No,
Come on, you're not
Little
going to
Wayne.
rap? Come on.
No, actually, I came to apologize, but apparently I
rapping?
don't have to. So I was sorry about the movie, but no, I guess not.
why would you be sorry about this fucking movie?
Dude, you
First of all,
found the room of horror movies.
you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yes.
Gold fucking star. This is one of the Axe's prime cuts if you have not watched this movie yet.
The
And
more
you
watch this
haven't.
movie,
Believe
the
me,
more
you
questions you have, the more you pay attention to shit in this movie, the more questions you have. That
like-
doll collection, man. Whose fucking doll collection is that?
One of the criticisms you get for David Lynch's movies and a lot of his work just in general is that he likes to create atmospheres or scenes or vibes and
Cool,
doesn't
there's none of that here.
necessarily connect a story really in a linear fashion, right? I would say you have the exact same thing happening with this movie.
Yeah, just a few more boobs.
And
A
this
lot
has a
of-
4K restoration, too. I don't know.
Could
I
you-
stayed to
that-
watch the credits.
That is shocking. I know. I saw that too.
Wait, hold on
So
a
we
second.
all watched the credits. Look at that.
I got
Because
to get the 4K.
they
then.
didn't go to black. And I also had to see who was the songwriter. I needed some songwriting credits here.
Oh, man.
the-
the songs
okay.
in this.
The
This is
soundtrack.
Christmas songs written by people who've never don't know anything about Christmas.
Most of them
This
written
is-
by your writer director and
I'm sorry, Christmas, come
multi-actor.
back.
This is, dude, the soundtrack to this movie is fucking insane. It's as if like they went out to a methadone clinic after everybody was just waking up from their nods, and they handed them blank sheet music and a lyric sheet, and they said, "Write a Christmas song." I'll be alone
AI could
for
write a better Christmas song.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
Although
but
you
it
might not get the
I'm
maybe
sorry,
I'll fake
Christmas,
a laugh.
come
And,
back.
whew, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, I could, but it wouldn't have that same human charm. You know what I
Yes.
mean? It wouldn't
Yeah.
have that like just soul crushing, like imagine what the polka band in the back of the van on Home
Home
Alone,
Alone?
what their actual like lives are like if they wrote Christmas songs.
You know
that would be
what?
this.
Actually, if you think about it, it's probably what the song that John Candy's kid from Home
Yeah.
Alone would write.
Yeah.
Because the kid that they accidentally left alone with the corpse for a long time.
How funny is that was improv?
Oh, it has to be. Like, no,
It totally
there
was, yeah.
And it's my favorite line in it. Like, yeah, he was fine. I mean, lots of
Kids are
therapy,
tough,
but like,
yeah.
yeah, they're tough.
I mean, he didn't talk for a couple of weeks, but eventually he got over it. Kids are
Yeah.
resilient.
Yeah.
And I mean, hats off to the actress too for
Catherine
going,
O'Hara?
for
Oh.
Catherine O'Hara for going along with it. Not like what the fuck. Wait a minute, cut.
Oh, she's a pure pro though. Like
A
in
million
terms
percent.
Of, I mean, just you have to look at any Christopher Guest movie and be like, okay, yeah, she can
Million
roll
percent.
with this.
Yeah, she can
So,
roll with the punches. But we're not talking about that holiday classic Home Alone this week. Oh no, we're talking about Santa Claus. So, but before we do that, Tim, I gotta ask you, buddy. Aside from your usual eggnog, what have you been consuming?
I've been busy this week, so I'm really not too much. I watched my It's a Wonderful Life, which I do
Okay.
every year. Love that movie.
Okay,
And that's
okay.
pretty much about it. Other than that, just been playing video games.
Okay. Anything new or just your usual?
Just me, Westy, and Vols. We've decided for some reason to take a break from hockey.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Just
know.
for no reason, maybe because
A
someone
record
couldn't.
of 2 wins and 87 losses might have had something to do with it.
Yeah, but it's the heart, right?
I thought those 2 wins would really keep you going for a while longer, though.
They weren't spread out enough. If it was like if we won the first game and we won like the 40th game,
Yeah.
that could have kept us going. But it was just like just too. There's no chance of us winning our third game.
I like you
Gotta
guys being a
imagine.
whole team of Rudies. Like the whole team.
No, you know it's funny. You know, I got into an argument with these two fucks the other day because we were playing right, and we were winning 1-0 going into the third period, and the other team fucking tied it up because somebody got too mad that the puck was being controlled by the other team too much and decided to hit somebody, and fucked everything up. And Westy says to me, "Hey, Jordan, you're the guy who plays this game a lot. You're supposed to be good. Why don't you take over the game?" And without missing him, I go, "Yeah, if you two fucks would give me the goddamn puck, I would." They're the ones with the puck 90 goddamn percent of the goddamn time, even though my job, I'm the center, right? I'm supposed to be the one who has that puck. I'm supposed to be distributing it. I'm supposed to shoot if I'm open. But if the left winger always has the fucking puck and stands in the left corner waiting to get smashed or an intercepted pass, not much I can fucking do with it. So they got me the puck. I scored a goal.
Nice. Does one of your teammates only stay on the right side? Does he insist that that's the only position
Westy
he'll
has
play?
this thing. He does the same thing over and over and over again. Is he stays all the way up, and as soon as the puck is in our possession, he calls for a long pass that has a very good chance of being intercepted, or by the time it gets to him, he's already got a defender on him. He's going to smash him.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get smashed in the neutral zone, as soon as he crosses over into the other team's zone, he goes about what would be in real life about 5 feet, and then he just stops because he keeps thinking that the guy who's following him is going to keep going. And he's going to put the brakes
He's
on.
going to put the
him,
brakes on and they're going to fly
yeah.
past?
And guess what? They don't. Or they might do it the first 2 times, but when they see that that's all he does, they're like, dude, why get the puck in the zone early just to hold on to it? Because you're so early, me and Vols and the rest of the team aren't even anywhere near you to pass the puck to. But
Yeah.
and then Vols just does whatever the fuck he wants to.
So you'd say you're more the Mo and they're the Larry and the Curly in this equation? Or the
Yeah,
Shemp?
yeah. No, fuck Shemp. No. Who wants to be a Shemp?
He's not on the team. Oh, good. Yeah, I was just trying to imagine the teams that you beat with that record because you've got a very Glass Joe from Mike Tyson's Punch Out record. Because if you remember, he was 1 in 99, and there's actually a big internet mystery about who the one person was Glass Joe beat. So, I think they figured out it was Gabby J from Super Punch Out. But
It's
anyway,
like a child, probably.
yeah, he beat a child. He beat Little Wayne.
He did a Kramer.
Would you put it past professional boxing?
No, I would not.
Right. So there we go. He beat a child.
All right, Matt, what have you been consuming?
Well, just Christmas related stuff because, that's the only thing that, you get to do when you have kids in the house. But
Yeah.
So, what is it? I watched the Phineas and Ferb Christmas special like I do every year since it came out. That is of all animated Christmas specials, especially modern ones. That's my favorite.
Okay.
That's the one I can handle. I've never been a Charlie Brown Christmas guy. All that stuff. So, watch that.
I like how you said the one that you can handle.
Well, it is the one I can handle. Meaning I can go back to it all the time and I can deal with it.
I like all the other ones that broke you down in tears and stuff like that. This
Some
is the one
of
that
them
you
are
can get by.
fucked up, man. Yeah, some of them do break you. With either just how mean they are to Rudolph, that's messed up.
Frosty.
Yeah. Anything with Heat Miser, that's none of that Rankin Bass stuff. It all.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
a little too. It's not real, but it's almost weirdly too real in some ways. That I don't need it. So beyond that, I've been watching Creature Commandos, which
I watched the first episode.
I love it so much, and I'm a sucker for pretty much anything James Gunn does. So also that Superman trailer I've watched a bajillion
I hate
times.
to admit it looks really good.
Why would you hate to admit it? He makes good movies.
Because I liked Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah, me too.
I won't say I like the Zack Snyder Superman 100%.
Yeah.
But I liked Henry Cavill as Superman. I thought he was besides Christopher Reeve, I thought he was the best one.
So for me, I was disappointed when James Gunn didn't keep Henry Cavill because I thought, oh, we're gonna get finally Henry Cavill with a good script and a good director. But I get it. You know, when you're relaunching, you need to cut ties with like the Snyder Bros, like totally, and that sucks. Because I don't think Henry Cavill deserved to be in that firing line in that same way. I think he really
Shots fired at Ben Affleck. Wow.
Well, but Ben Affleck knew to take himself out of it, though, right? Like, and actually, in the sense that he got, I think, a great send off in his part in the Flash, like. But again, that was also another frustrating thing because you see in his scenes in the Flash, you're like, oh, had he not been directed by Zack Snyder, in Zack Snyder's version of Batman, Ben Affleck really did have what it took to make like a good Batman. Like,
Oh yeah, he was a good Batman too. Yeah.
And
They
actually,
got the casting down right. It's just everything else was kind of fucked.
right. But Creature Commandos, I mean, is awesome. It speaks right to me because again, I've always been a DC fan, and second, third, and fourth tier DC characters are always my favorite. And so when you're getting down to things like GI Robot, like you are right at the Matt Anderson sweet spot, and that sounds grosser than it is. And I will say the episode 3 Cheers for the Tin Man, which was the GI Robot focused episode, I think it might have been episode 3, is probably the best episode of TV I watched all year.
Wow.
And shockingly relevant to today in a way that comes not as a twist reveal, but as like an emotional gut punch reveal. Like, so I'll just leave it at that. So there we go.
Okay.
And Santa Claus. I've been watching Santa Claus a lot.
I
don't know why we've all been watching this movie over and over again.
Oh man. So we watched Hardware, the Richard Stanley movie from 1990 the other night.
I was flipping through something and I saw the screen cover for that. I went, "Is that the movie that he was talking about?" And I went,
Yeah.
Probably. We're right past it.
Yeah. So the head of a cyborg reactivates, rebuilds itself, and goes on a violent rampage in a space marine's girlfriend's apartment. That's the basics of it. But it's so fucking crazy. It's one of the craziest fucking movies I've seen in a long time. I don't know if I would recommend watching it, but I will say this, like, because we've watched.
Does it have Don the Dragon in it? Because that sounds like a Don the Dragon movie.
No, I'm trying to remember who all was in it here. It had, because I remember it had Dylan McDermott in it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
And
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Dylan McDermott, John Lynch played Shades, Stacey Travis played Jill, and Iggy Pop was the radio host Angry Bob, and Lemmy Kilminster from Motorhead was a cab driver.
Wow. That movie must be bad if you don't know about it.
It's a weird fucking movie. I know, but what's crazy about it though is like the set directing and the design of the movie is fantastic. It's like in a lot of ways very similar to the Fallout series because it's all very post-apocalyptic, and they do it really, really fucking well.
That's the Richard Stanley sweet spot.
Yeah,
I'm using that term a lot, but like like that's where he is.
Yeah,
more so than a director. Yeah.
We need to come up with a new segment, Matt's Sweet Spot.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
The big issues surrounding Hardware, though, are the story and the acting.
I mean, is that really an issue, though? When it comes to
it
movies?
Wasn't for Santa Claus.
1 out of 3 ain't bad for a movie, right?
Yeah, 1 out of 3. That's pretty good. They have a similar record to your hockey team.
Yeah,
it's better than a Sony Marvel movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard the news about Sony with their Marvel movie shit going on. And I just really quickly wanted to just get the vibe of the room with the Masters of the Universe movie coming out. How do we feel about Jared Leto as Skeletor?
What?
Fine. I mean, I hate him, but fine.
Will he be in makeup and we won't be able to really recognize him?
I have to assume so. What's he gonna do to be Method like when he was
I
Joker?
hope he tears off his face.
Wait,
oh
wait,
my
Skeletor's built. You can't have Jared Leto. Jared Leto's the opposite of fucking built.
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't.
Frank
see
Langella.
Who are they gonna have play He-Man?
I don't know. They've
You
been
put the
talking
two
about
of
this
them
forever,
together, Frank
though.
Langella looks like fucking Mr. Universe Arnold Schwarzenegger compared to Jared Leto.
Nobody's gonna beat Dolph Lundgren as He-Man. That's just not gonna happen.
Just like how no one beat him as the Punisher. So there we go.
Nick,
End of story.
who the fuck is this guy? Nicholas Galatazzina. I've never
I think
heard
he
of this
killed the
fucking guy.
CEO.
Yeah, hats off to him. Oh, he was in a movie called Bottoms. I don't know what that is.
Oh, I've seen that pop up on.
Oh, yeah, so it's a recent movie, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's a handsome devil, and he was also in a movie called Handsome Devil. So that makes sense.
Masters of the Universe, who the fuck is that movie for?
They're really hoping. They've been waiting for years. I mean, they've been trying for years. There was.
Are they going to do Orko?
For a long time, John Woo was going to direct it, which was going to be an interesting.
That would have been great.
No guns. Well, I guess there's kind of weird. There's probably guns in Mass. I don't really know much about He-Man. I had some of the toys when I was younger, like when I was a kid, like because it seemed like, if I remember correctly, it was like Transformers, He-Man, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters were kind of the four cornerstones when I was a kid, and I went Ghostbusters. Like that was like I went very hard Ghostbusters to the point that like if I had any of the other toys, it was just incidental. So
you mix them in with the Ghostbusters, like
yeah,
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters
fight,
definitely like took down a Transformer, and it would be easy to make any He-Man toy look like a monster or a ghost. I mean,
Yeah.
So Skeletor is like a perfect Ghostbusters villain in a lot of ways.
He's already there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Allison Brie is going to play Evil Lynn,
I mean, that's fine, I guess.
and
Allison
Idris
Brie.
Elba is going to
Okay.
play Man at Arms.
Who was?
Idris Elba.
Okay.
Already, no.
That guy loves a check.
Not my man of arms. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
Not
You're gonna
my
do
man
it?
of arms. Yeah.
Uh,
Release the Snyder Cut.
yeah, the Snyder Cut.
Woke
Now
man
20%
in the
whiter.
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, you can't cast a black man as a master of the universe. Master has this connotation with whipping slaves. I think that's a weird. It's a
Well,
weird.
I don't think Man at
That's why
Arms
they don't
is
say
one of the
Master
masters.
Bedroom anymore, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do
Yeah,
they
you're
not?
right. Man at Arms was more
My
like
wife
a-
loves watching that fucking that stupid show House Hunters,
Yeah.
and every once in a while somebody will mention about how they don't call it the master bedroom anymore
do they call
because it's like the main suite or something like that. They change it around to, but
That just to me that just sounds like a hotel or you know like when you call something a suite, it sounds more like a rental or
we call it
all
the
those
Lord's.
all those Beverly Hills real estate agents going woke and going broke.
Yeah, we call ours the Lord's Chamber. I think that's got a better ring to it.
Is that what you also call it the same thing?
Yeah, we call our
That should
bedroom
be
the
just you
Lord's.
should call it my chamber.
I call it my
Everybody else
chamber.
should call it the Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Come on, Tim. So, Matt, buddy,
yes.
what was it that drew you to Santa Claus?
All right. So, this is a movie that I have known about since it was being filmed that I have never seen until I just offhand, when we finished recording the last episode, and we were like, what should we do for like the Christmas episode?
Yeah.
Happy belated Christmas. Happy belated birthday, Jesus.
Yes, it was a toss up between this or Terrifier 3, and this
Right.
won
Yeah.
out.
I gotta say, right pick.
Yeah.
I'm glad. I've been fearful of your guys' reaction for a while.
Oh no,
until-
this is stop the podcast and watch this movie.
Yeah. Million
On the
percent.
Blood
Go
Bank,
watch it right
'cause
now.
Where
It's
else
on
can
the
you
bank.
find it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's
That's.
so,
I mean, literally, the reason the bank is down now is I'm upgrading to a 5 gigabit connection for higher quality streaming for this movie.
for Santa Claus. Yes.
Yeah.
4K streaming. Can you believe
Yeah.
it? Look at that. And for what a price too.
I
Compared
know.
to Amazon, Disney.
Are you gonna go
All right.
continue with that?
Well,
Sales
yeah,
pitch.
yeah,
You
just,
say
yeah.
what a price. Now you're supposed to normally say what.
Yeah,
the
that's-
normally
price
yeah,
you would
is.
say, and if you want to get access to the blood bank, all you have to do is go to
I
patreon.com
I threw the softball up
/bloodybits.
for you. Yes.
It's also helpful
And
when
then
you
I talked
talk
all
through the
over it.
promo. That usually helps people, Tim.
Do
when-
people expect anything less from us?
Of course not, Tim. That's why you're here, buddy. So, Matt,
Okay. Yeah.
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall, or maybe not, something blind on the wall. The first time you watched this fucking movie, after you suggested it, and I said, "Yeah, let's do it." What was that like?
So I was horrified. I was just like, "This is what it is." Like, okay. So
How far away from what you thought it was going to be did it turn out?
it's actually, it's not that.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, it's not that far away from what I expected, but I think
Yeah.
I did expect the gore to be actually present.
There,
I did
yeah.
expect there to be some creativity in like the kills. I did expect maybe a little bit of tension in the movie, and none of that's there.
Sexual
Like,
tension.
no, that's not even there because that's just all right out there, and there's no tension. It's just
Oh, there was in my pants.
okay, all right. Well, now I know how you first watched it. So what I'll say is, back in it was 1996. All right, I was at the time it was it was called the Chicago Comic Convention. It was technically in Rosemont, Illinois, so it's always one of those weird things where you always feel like you have to asterisk it to say like, yeah, it was not in Chicago.
Yeah, it's like how ICP claims they're from Detroit.
And they're from somewhere
Somewhere around Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. So, and Rosemont is great because it's just basically a place that was built by mobsters because it's near Chicago. So that year, I was walking around and I was wearing a Night of the Living Dead, the original shirt. And I was there with my friend Eric, who was on Ed and Matt on campus. Eddie, you met him.
Yeah, yeah.
He was wearing a Dawn of the Dead shirt, so you could tell we were fully in our like zombie phase. And this was back in the days when like you couldn't get any like Fulci movie or anything like that unless you went to a convention and found the bootleg VHS dude.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So there's this one booth that I walk up to, and it's the guy that he was there every year. He was the one who would sell like the Xeroxed copies of like production drafts of scripts.
Good racket.
Yeah. And that's like where and that was one of the things I would buy the most at that convention. Because see, I worked at a comic book store, so like I didn't go to the comic convention for any comics because I already had all of that covered. So I would go for, the other, like basically movie stuff. Anyways, I'm looking through the scripts, and like I said, I've got this Night of the Living Dead shirt on, and the guy that works there comes up to me, goes, "Oh, you like Night of the Living Dead?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's pretty much my favorite movie."
The fuck,
And he goes,
idiot? Yeah, I'm here.
The guy that co-wrote it is standing right over here. And I look to the left, and it's John Russo, who is the writer-director of Santa Claus.
And composer.
And the composer. And he plays 2 to 3 roles in this movie, depending on how you want to count it. But because he's on camera, but he's also doing his own voiceover as a different character at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And that is a mind-breaking kind of moment where you're like... But, and so it was awesome. Like, I was just so, like, we were so excited because he's also got a credit on Return of the Living Dead. He was before Dan O'Bannon was hired and rewrote it and directed it. He was the one who came up with that original script. And for anyone who doesn't know, Russo and George Romero wrote the original Night of the Living Dead together. They were good friends. They worked in like the industrial films in Pittsburgh together. So when it came time to make their own feature, Russo kind of had the initial idea about like zombies or flesh eaters at the time, and the setting, and then Romero started writing the first draft, but then he had to basically start doing pre-production and like secure the location and all that stuff. So then he handed the script off, and Russo wrote the rest of it, which includes the ending, like the shock
Wow.
ending of
So
Ben.
what the fuck did Romero do?
I mean, so they share writing credits, and Russo's a producer. Russo actually in the original Night of the Living Dead is probably the creepiest zombie. He's the one that gets in the house right when you meet Ben, and he's the one who's kind of coming in through the kitchen door. The reason why he plays him is because that's the one that would get set on fire, and the only person that would volunteer to get set on fire was John Russo. But anyways, he wasn't a guest at this convention. He was actually just there because he was in production on Santa Claus, and he was meeting with Debbie
You could have gotten a part
Rochon,
in this movie.
Yeah.
the
okay.
main the star
Meeting
of this
with
movie was
Raven,
doing
yeah.
signings at the Chicago convention. So he was in town to meet with her about this movie. And he was a lovely guy, like talked to him. And this is what I meant, like by having a visual aid is, he had some copies, of some of the stuff he'd worked on. Not that he wasn't selling anything. He had just brought probably to give away to a few people. And he gave me a copy of his book called Scare Tactics that he wrote, which is all about
Oh, okay.
from like right from scratch through production and distribution, how to just make a movie, like an independent movie.
Oh, nice.
But he also interviews Clive Barker, Wes Craven, John Landis, Joe Dante, and a bunch of people. And it's legit like a good book. Like he uses his own movie, this vampire movie he wrote called Heartstopper, who wrote and directed called Heartstopper, as his example. And while, yeah, not a great movie by any stretch of the imagination, he did get it made, got it released, distributed. So this is not like How to Get Rich. This is like
How to make an indie horror film.
do you have like $1,000 and you got an idea? And I met him again. I met him twice. So that time he signed the book to me.
Oh, right on.
And then when I was actually signing at that same convention a decade plus later for my first comic, White Picket Fences, he was there doing signings. And then I brought the book, and you can't really read it from here. I had him sign the same copy just to, so that's the long way of saying, like, I've always known about this movie, but I'd never watched it. And then the other little bit of just quick background is John Russo, was the managing editor and publisher of a little magazine called Scream Queens Illustrated, which published 29 issues plus a bunch of calendars and
So the special thanks to at the end of the movie, yes.
that was a legit, let's say legit. That was a magazine that was coming out that I became very familiar with because that was one of the most popular magazines.
I wonder why, yeah.
Most popular magazines through the comic book store. Like so many guys subscribe to that because here's the thing.
It's the closest to Playboy that you could get.
With like some legitimate like movie, like horror movies.
For
like
articles, yes, Mom.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Article.
Right? Like,
yeah, Playboy has articles. They could tell you how to hook up a home theater.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, but this did it for like the genre crowd, right? So
that's
you would get like,
you would
plus
get
your cover girl.
Trying to
like,
hook up the home theater so the blood really pops.
well, no, Tim. What you would get is plausible deniability with your wife.
Exactly. Oh,
so it's
Sorry,
an interview with
let
John
me correct
Carpenter
that,
in
mother.
this.
even with this podcast, oof. I don't know if I had enough plausible deniability with this movie.
I'm on the fence about telling my wife to watch this movie. The way I described it to her was
Wait
like,
for your birthday.
Yeah.
That's going to be a while. I guess next Christmas.
About
Though.
a year, yeah. So you know.
But what I would say really quick is my other memory of specifically this movie was from one of the random issues of Scream Queen magazine. Like Scream Queens magazine is like in the back they would have like the stuff that they're selling, and this is back in the day when like you could buy a VHS but it was like $80.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And there was like a fairly, and I looked online, I couldn't find, because I was hoping I could find like an image of this, but like the poster or the box art that they presented in the magazine made this look pretty cool.
Sexy?
No, actually, that's actually kind of where I'm really surprised. When I sat down to watch this.
No,
Like,
this is a brilliant move because, dude, your mom is gonna rent this for you. When she
Yeah.
sees that fucking cover and she sees Santa Claus, all right, he likes horror movies.
yeah,
What's the worst that could be in this movie, right?
Yeah.
right. So
Well,
yeah, a lot apparently. But what I thought was interesting was I'd forgotten also that I knew Russo was involved with Scream Queens Illustrated, but I forgot that he was the publisher and managing editor. So I'm like, dude, extra brilliant move that you create a whole movie to promote this magazine that you can actually literally go out and buy with it's the logo. I guarantee you that's just the Scream Queens magazine.
100%. I bet you could buy the
Oh yeah,
jacket.
definitely. Yeah.
Oh, you could. I knew you could buy that
There you
because I
go.
knew a guy that had one. Actually,
They
Wow.
might have sold it in the movie theaters. Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
yeah, the
cool
movie
guy
theaters.
right there.
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
you
yeah,
imagine
yeah.
if you had that jacket, buddy?
Dude,
Oh, you're laying it down.
it would be pretty awesome. So that's basically my history of always knowing about this movie. Like literally, like had a conversation with the writer director about that's what he was working on when I met him. Now he did describe it as a slasher movie, kind of like Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's how he. So in my head, for 30 years essentially,
Slasher and Christmas. Okay. He didn't
that's
lie.
what I thought. I was like, oh, John Russo. Yeah, that's right. He made that movie that was probably a Silent Night, Deadly Night knockoff. So when I suggested it on this show a couple weeks ago,
You were expecting a passable, fun Silent Night, Deadly Night knockoff.
and when you look at the rest of
Even with that
Russo's-
cover?
well, again, I hadn't looked. I didn't know where it was streaming actually at that point.
Yeah, he had
Like,
a
I just-
different
I-
cover.
So
Okay.
the other thing is, most of Russo his career, like he's never achieved the heights of I mean, Romero never really achieved the heights he deserved. Russo never even got close to like
Yeah.
the lowest point of Romero. like so in the way that the only thing that ends up happening is you get Romero goes and has of the living or dawn of, night of, day of, and Russo gets the Living Dead name. That's how that.
So, I mean, he got Return of the Living Dead, which, I mean...
But that one is really, I mean, it ends up being almost 90% Dan O'Bannon. Like what?
Yeah, yeah.
But I will say, most of the other like Russo's movies, like there's this the Majorettes. It's a cheap, like it's from like 1980. It is a real cheap slasher movie, like actual slasher movie.
How many movies did he make?
He's written and directed a bunch. Like I mean, like features. Like there was like somewhere around 10. He also made up some documentaries. Actually, there's one that looks crazy because Market Square Productions, which is like one of the production companies behind this movie, it's the publisher name for Scream Queens Illustrated. They put out like a Tom Savini documentary and stuff. But I found this movie called Horror Rock from 1989 that they distributed. All this it says is Horror Rock. It's 40 minutes long.
Perfect.
It's got like a demon hand, zombie hand clutching like a guitar on the cover. And it just says,
Nice.
Horror Rock combines terrifying, heart-stopping scenes from the most spine-tingling horror films ever made with some of the hottest classic indie rock music performed by the absolutely wickedest bands. This sizzling collection explodes with searing renditions from such cult classic bands like Del Lords, Judas Kiss, Hurricane, Over the Edge, Wrath, Children of the Wicked, Pandora's, Rundown Love Battery, The Dickies, Booby Trap, Elvis Hitler, and Hot Rod to Hell. If you like your music from beyond the edge, Horror Rock will deliver devilish pleasure to your ears as highlights from your favorite horror films make your blood run cold. Get ready for the rock and roll ride of your life as Horror Rock burns a hole in your soul. Now, note they do not tell you one movie that
I
there
was
is
gonna
footage
say,
from,
yeah.
which
How are you
means
getting John Carpenter's Halloween? And,
they're
you know,
not. I almost
hmm.
need to see
I wonder
this.
what movies they're showing over and over again.
And those
Wow.
band names, I mean, I haven't heard of
Judas
one of
Kiss is
them.
Chef's Kiss. Come
Yeah, I
on.
was going to
Right.
say I'd buy a ticket to go see Judas Kiss, but I would also assume that it was some sort of a Judas Priest Kiss mashup cover band.
Mm.
I
Like
mean,
half of the people are dressed like leather daddies, and the other half are dressed like Kiss members.
Like they don't know they're leather daddies.
Yeah, yeah.
what? I mean, oh my god.
So
Oh wait, okay. The Pandoras. The song is called "Run Down Love Battery." Okay, because I was wondering what kind of band that would.
Oh.
Anyways, so that's a lot of
Well-
what's behind this movie.
So I'm interested in another feature of his, which is Scream Queen's Naked Christmas, which is I guess they just genuinely
It's
made.
this. I bet you it's this.
They
I-
were
I-
shooting this
Two
footage.
fucking movies.
Yes,
Yeah.
Matt. It came out
Holy-
in the year 1996.
So this man started a
Brilliant.
magazine, made a movie to promote that
Brilliant.
magazine, which then promotes the
Yeah.
video. Oh my god.
And think about it like this too, Matt. He's already got the girls coming to model for the magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just throw them in the movie and then make another fucking video off of it. This dude is Tim
I love
Yobo level, layers upon layers of marketing genius, man. So, okay, so I got another question for you. You guys sold a lot of Scream Queens magazine, right? Mm-hmm. How many movie titles of the Misty Monday movies that were being advertised in those magazines do you
Oh.
think you could recall?
Okay. Well, you know what? Actually, yeah, there's probably a bunch of them because so Scream Queens ran roughly from 1993 ish to 2002, which does get that heyday. So, well, we got
Eddie, while he's talking, look up on eBay, see what the first issue goes for.
so you yeah, cover.
No,
girl
I'm
on
looking
the
for
first
that
one.
DVD, The
Linnea
Scream Queen's
Quigley.
Naked Christmas.
So
And,
you got Linnea Quigley right there. on the
Ex-hamster?
cover. So let's see, man. I could probably come up with a
Well, I'll give you.
Lord
I'll
of the
give you
G Strings. I got that one for sure.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
remember. Man, Misty Monday. Okay. See, I'm gonna mix the titles up with a lot of what's that guy's name? Jim Wynorski's movies.
Oh, yeah.
Because he ended up having a lot of funny titles.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of these are just like the sexy adventures of Van Helsing.
Yeah, wasn't there? There was a Planet
It
of the
works.
Apes one with
The
Misty
Sexy
Monday.
Adventures
Yeah.
of Planet of the Apes.
It's Playmate of the Apes.
That's the one.
Okay,
yeah.
that's enough, man. You got enough. You've earned your credentials here, buddy. So, Tim, what did you think of your first viewing?
Except for the nudity in this movie, I loved it. Too much
Yeah.
nudity after a while. After a while,
Yeah,
it's
it was
just
a
like,
little excessive.
come on, man. It's like the one thing I will say is this is the first time I've been watching a movie for a long time where I felt like I got caught watching it.
Yeah.
When my wife walked into the room.
Yeah, whose pussy was on the screen when your wife walked in? Because this is the most women's
We
vaginas
get the
I've
real
seen in one
redhead.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then my favorite thing that this movie does that you rarely ever see in a horror movie is they'll just be filming a nude photo shoot with a woman. She'll get up, put her clothes on, walk away, and go take a shower and take her clothes off.
Yep.
So every nude scene, you get a fucking buy one, get one, dude. It's all 2 for 1.
You know, actually, I'll bet you that actress probably has a good agent because she's probably getting paid by nude scenes. So putting her clothes on
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah,
then taking them off later on counts as 2 times nude.
So you think
Yeah.
that was Linnea Quigley's move with Return of the Living Dead? She's just like, I'm going to get naked scene 1, and then every scene you got to pay me.
Except the
No,
only
she
thing
wasted
is,
it. No, you got to put the clothes back on. Otherwise, it's just
Oh,
one
true,
nude scene
true.
instead
You
of
know
doing
what,
2 or 3 nude scenes.
problem is Russo outcrafts her because he's like, well, okay, I'll pay you twice, but I'm going to use this 3 times. We got a pictorial in the magazine. We got the movie, and then we've got the
DVD.
video calendar.
She signed one of those America Got Talent contracts where that's
Yep.
it. We own your breast forever.
We own it in perpetuity among any kind of media we want to put it in. Yeah,
Known
yeah.
or unknown, yeah.
So yeah, I just flippantly, because first of all, when you suggested the movie in the Discord, I was kind of like about Terrifier 3, because it's a fun movie, kind of. It's also a not fun movie, kind of.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking rough, man. So you suggested this, and I didn't really look up much to it. I just kind of Googled it.
Well, you
I
couldn't
saw,
find anything even if you did.
Right. Yeah, I saw the DVD cover of it. I was like, okay, Santa Claus is a skeleton and he's got an axe. That sounds cool. No Santa skeleton in this movie.
No.
Absolutely no axe murder in this movie.
No.
Just could not
That's
be
axe to
more
grind, yeah.
could not be more misleading of a DVD cover. Now, Tim,
It's this is a perfect Trojan horse,
is.
man. I'm telling you, man. This is it.
It really is. It is.
Mom, you know I'm in the horror, right?
Yeah.
I don't look. All my friends are asking for Playboy subscriptions and fucking Penthouse subscriptions. All I want is this one DVD. It's about Santa Claus. It's a CGI movie. Look at the cover.
Yeah, look.
It's not even like a real Santa Claus doing this shit. It's kind of like a funny ha 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 movie.
This is like Nightmare Before Christmas. But
Yeah,
with,
look, if they remade this movie in 2026, they'd probably cast Jared Leto to play the skeleton Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Stop putting
God.
him in movies, people. Come on.
Then
Oh,
I
you know
turned-
what? Can I add one more thing actually that
Yeah.
I just thought of? Like up top is like this the magazine Scream Queens. Yes, it would have like these nude pictorials, but it would be nominally also a horror movie magazine. And what I think a lot of people
Did you have any age restriction on who bought it in the comic book store?
Yeah. It
Okay.
was like an 18 and up. You know, you couldn't subscribe to it like through the month.
So like there was there somebody coming in like buying like Richie Rich comics and like one Spider-Man comic and then throwing this one in between?
Oh, they would go through the porn box all the time and find their copies of Cherry and, you know, the whatever Glenn Danzig was writing, the Veronica stuff. And,
Speaking of, I've got Danzig's new movie in the bank.
oh, perfect.
no.
Cannot wait to watch that.
But I think it's worth pointing out that movies like this, and again, yes, the Misty Monday ones as well, but like specifically, I feel like a movie like Santa Claus only happens pre high speed internet because this is that era where, you know, for most people to still go get like porn, they would have to go to a video store and rent it.
Yep.
Or they would have to mail order out of like these magazines, like, you know, probably paying crazy amounts, you know, $60, $70, you know. So
Dude, back
something
then, if you wanted porn, there was no price that was too much.
right, because also whatever you got was going to be what you had for.
Oh yeah, you better make sure oh man, you got the one with the wrong fucking cover. You're like, wait a second, this bitch ain't even fucking in it.
Right. Oh, yeah. And of course there was no. Who are you going to complain to?
I wanted
Yeah.
to nut the Santa Claus. He's not even on the fucking movie.
Right.
Listen, this movie called Great Grannies, I thought it was about grandmas that were great. This is great grandmas. Some of them are 80.
So hold on, do you think that that's one of the reasons why, especially in like major movies, there's hardly any nudity or sex in it anymore?
I'm
Like
probably
TV shows do it,
Yeah,
but that's because
sure.
they gotta run out 12 episodes and shit like that. But I remember there was a time where you went to see a movie. It was just expected. You were going to see tits at least once.
They needed-
or
yes.
very, very, very close to it.
Well, or think about this: there would be movies that they would market just based on the idea that someone gets nude, like
Oh yeah,
the
Wild
entirety
Things.
of Striptease. The whole thing was Demi
Yep.
Moore gets nude. Like that's it. Like there was nothing else that movie was sold.
Well, yeah, because back then, still, maybe Halle Berry is the last like big star to make money off of. I'm going to do a topless scene in a movie.
Yeah,
Yep.
true.
Yeah.
True.
Well,
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's what I mean by like, so you have a movie like this where, and the same thing with the Scream Queens magazine, they tried to have this cover of respectability of like, it's not what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like this doesn't exist anymore. This
It's-
like
It's really the cinema equivalent of having to pretend your drug
No,
dealer is
come
your
on.
friend.
No, hold on. There are vinyl freaks out there, right?
sure.
Yeah.
There are people who are playing shit on the original Atari 2600. There has to be a market
Guilty.
for old style porn.
Do you
There
think
has
there's
to be a
someone that
market for like the original fucking VHS release tapes of fucking Devil and Miss Jones, Deep Throat, Taboo, all those fucking movies.
But okay,
There has to be a
hold
market.
on. That's a different thing because those are like classics that are also
We need Chuck.
hardcore.
Where's
What-
Chuck?
Yeah. No, what
Yeah.
I mean is this kind of thing where it's like just worse than like a late night Cinemax movie, but it's not. It
Yeah.
doesn't even go. I don't know. I don't even know how to quantify like what.
Maybe
this
some
is.
teenager is watching these movies at just that right time, and this is their thing.
That's true.
Can I tell you what it is?
Like I
Hard
don't
then
want to see
soft.
yeah.
What's that?
Hard
Yeah.
then soft.
Yeah.
You got to get hard, and then okay, we get a little killing going on, and then okay, some more pussy on the screen. Then all right, we're gonna step it back.
It works for horny dudes and psychopaths. Yeah.
It's funny. Like I was trying to describe what the vibe of this movie was to my wife, and the closest I could come up with was if you took the movie The Substance and you removed the substance from it, both metaphorically
Yeah.
and literally.
You know, to talk about Art the Clown for a quick second, it's almost like if this was the VHS they found in All Hallows Eve, and this is what they put in and just started, you'd be like, yeah, I
get it.
shouldn't be watching this, and there's something weird about it. I just don't know what's weird about it.
Yeah.
It's like it has a budget, but it's not there's no budget. You know, it's like there's technically competent people working on it, but they're not being competent this time. It's like it's
Right.
I
Right.
don't.
Yeah.
But if you are a Night of the Living Dead fan, you will get a couple great beyond John Russo. You get
Great poster.
Yeah.
Well, you get man, what's his name in it? Carl is his real name. The jerk in the original, the guy that is always fighting with Ben, the dad. He's in it. He's the producer, the first guy that gets killed.
The guy that Carl Hartman.
Holy fuck! The guy with the gun. The guy
that's
with the
Harry
this
Cooper.
should be me in the movie.
Yeah, Cooper. Yeah, Mr. Cooper. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So he's in this, and the first zombie, Bill Hintzman, is in this. He's like he's got like a blink and you'll forget it, but like, and actually the mom is Cooper, Mrs. Cooper from the movie, the one that gets stabbed with the trowel.
Helen. Yep.
I'll have to
Maryland,
watch this movie one more
Eastman.
time.
So
got
it's
it.
like you get like basically, I mean, if you're a fan of Night of the Living Dead, there's a lot here. But again, why would you ever like?
Right. I mean, you've got a lot of the actors that were in it, and you've got, like you said, one of the co-writers of it, and they just decided to let their hair down. And boy, howdy, did they let their
Let their
fucking hair
shirts
down.
down. Yeah, everything.
Let everything down, buddy. So I guess we'll get to it then. We open on Christmas Eve with Lil Wayne sleeping soundly because his dad put sleeping pills in his fucking drink.
Oh, it's his uncle.
Or his uncle. Right, right.
It's
But I don't-
his
He's
uncle.
dead.
Yeah, Santa Bob, his uncle. Yeah.
Yeah. So then he fucking wakes up, goes upstairs.
Wait,
to
hold on.
walk-
There's a thing in it because I love because where they're getting ready to bang and the mom is like, "Oh no, he's going to hear." He's like, "No, don't worry. I gave him my medication to go to sleep."
The
Yeah.
casual drugging in this
200
movie.
pounds.
Oh,
He
yeah,
gave
yeah.
him
Oh.
a 200-pound adult dosage. to
Yeah.
this
Oh, no,
kid.
no,
This
that-
kid-
That's not
Well, maybe
200
that's why
pounds.
he's
That
like-
dude, that
Yeah,
first dude.
Tim, I'm 178. If
That
this
man
guy's
had-
200 pounds, I'm 350.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. He was a 200-pound guy for the 90s.
Okay, fair
All right.
point. Yeah.
So yeah, that kid should be dead.
Yeah, the kid should be dead, but instead
I mean, just
he,
recklessly
It's okay.
drugging
It's what I
anyone,
take every night. Yeah.
you run that risk.
It'll
Like
happen on a look. You want to make an omelet, you got to crack a few eggs. Is
That's
what
true.
Matt's saying here.
Yep.
You know, that's why
That's
you should
exactly
have
what I was
a
saying.
lot of children, just in
Yeah.
case you have a whoopsie doodle.
Yeah.
So he stumbles up the stairs, swings open the door to see his mom getting fucked out by Santa, a.k.a. his uncle, who took over for his dead dad.
Yeah,
Now,
and they do not specify exactly what this relation is. Like, I mean,
Well,
is this really his uncle?
Look, if I'm paying for my brother's wife and kids, if I got to pay the mortgage and all that other shit,
yeah, Tim's got to get a taste.
Okay.
yeah, why
Someone's got to pay the vig, you know?
not? Santa ain't coming down any chimney.
No, he's coming somewhere else. So, the kid fucking busts in, just reaches over, grabs a gun, and shoots the motherfucking shit.
Well, no, because you know what? This is also kind of stupid Santa's fault because the last thing that you want to say in this situation is, "Hey, I loved her as much as your father."
Yeah, that's a bad move.
Right.
Yeah, fair. So then the
Like
the
I would
cops,
say, like you should have seen what your father was doing to her. I'm being nice.
yeah, she's on the nice list this year. Your dad was fucking her up the ass.
Yeah.
I'm,
Or just throw a pillow at him.
She wasn't
He's a
able to
kid.
shit right for 3 days.
Now with that lump of coal in her stocking, Tim Yobo. Oh, I didn't mention we didn't watch Bad Santa this year. Thanks for the reference.
Just as I said that
I love
joke, I was
that
like, I
one.
gotta watch that movie.
Yeah,
again.
yeah. No, we did watch It's a Bundyful Life, the 2-part Married with Children Christmas special where they show Sam Kinison, Al Bundy's guardian angel, shows him what life would be like if he was never born. And he goes into the house and like the kids are well educated and well spoken and well behaved, and Peg's happy. And they were married to Peg was married to Ten McGinley before he joined the show. So a pre-Jefferson Jefferson.
Wow, look at that.
So then Sam Kinison, the guardian angel, is like, well, I guess I fucked that up, huh? And he's like, what the hell are you talking about? These pieces of shit don't deserve this. After the fucking years of torture they gave me, I want to live.
Wow.
That's so good, man. So anyhow, then the cops come and they arrest the kid, and he's wearing a jacket I used to have when I was a kid.
Oh,
Did you
that's
see
nice.
that fucking jacket, dude?
Yep.
It was ridiculous, man.
The
Also,
cop
I do want to.
is one of the detective is the first of 2 on screen, but not exclusively the last role that John Russo will play here. So he is
And
the
I like
detective.
he's just shitting on the gun. He's like,
Yep.
just a little fucking 22.
Yep.
He's
Yeah, what a-
fucking lucky he killed him, right?
I couldn't believe that gun took out that big dude. Actually,
I couldn't believe that after he shot them both conservatively a million times, all it looked like was somebody dipped their finger in some blood.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
drew a couple
No, see,
of streaks.
I think the problem with the 22 man, I think it rattles around in your body more than other
Yeah,
bullets.
yeah,
I think
it'll penetrate your
a lot of
skull.
bullets would go right through, but that bullet will
Yeah.
do like a fucking pinball in your body.
Yeah, if you
So-
get an up close headshot with a 22 LR into somebody's skull, it'll just bounce around and scramble their fucking brains.
okay.
So
He plays a lot of Hitman, trust him.
Well, there
I
is
do,
no
yeah.
gore in this movie, so if you think that, and you know that right from the start, because yes, they show the bodies of the mom and uncle, and yeah, I've looked worse opening a ketchup packet. Like,
yeah, I think when you get to
Man,
the
this
continue,
is produced by the guy who did Night of the Living Dead. The fucking gore's gonna be off the hook in this fucking movie.
that, again,
Yeah.
right.
we're not here for the gore, Tim Yobo. No,
Yeah, but we don't know that yet.
We don't
The
know
gore-
that. Yes.
The gore doesn't even get to the level of like when you lose in Street Fighter 2 and the continue screens up and you see Ken's face is all bloody. That's gorier than this fucking movie.
Yes.
The Super Nintendo version of
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat has more gore in it than this.
It's up there. Yeah, if you use the game Genie code to recolor the sweat to blood, sure.
Yeah. So,
So-
Gorehounds, this movie is not for you. If that's the
No.
only reason why you watch horror movies
This-
is for the gore, you can just
Now you whacking hounds.
No, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
for the
a movie
pussy
for you.
hounds.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, all right.
And by the way, Tim, so you know, every issue of Scream Queens Illustrated goes for between about $9 and $30 each on eBay. So
Yeah.
Okay, the one with Raven, how much does it go for? I bet you that's a $30 one,
Debbie
right?
Rochon or whatever.
I don't know, but like I was saying, Tim, you can get that Scream Queens Naked Christmas DVD for $14.22.
Is it the original copy or is it a burn?
Does it matter?
It could be a 4K restoration for all we know, because once again, as Tim said earlier,
There's a 4K of
there's
this.
this version that is up on the one we watched. I think
4K
on Tubi
restoration.
is a 4K.
Yep.
And the colorist gets a fucking credit.
Yep.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get it. Good colorist. I mean, I saw so many different shades of nipples in this one that I was,
I counted at least 3 different shades.
I was thrilled, Tim Yobo. So then we cut to the future where we see our hero Raven, and she is sexing the citying around whatever fuck their town is.
Okay. Here's my question. Where is it supposed to be? Because I saw something in the window. Because I've watched this movie 3 fucking times. Because how many times you fucking postponed watching this goddamn thing? It's like,
Oh yeah, that's
if I'm
why.
ever going to
Tim.
get a better chance of watching a movie over and over again, hey, we cancel the show, right?
You couldn't pick a better one to rewatch, Tim.
None of the cars have fucking license plates on them that you
No.
can see. All the cars that are parked have the license plates taken off of them. The one car that pulls up, you cannot see exactly what it is. But I noticed that when she's walking down the street, she walks past a store that has a Pittsburgh Steelers shirt
Yeah,
in
no, this is
the
definitely
window.
Pittsburgh. Because
Okay.
again, it's much like the Romero always is around Pittsburgh, so is Russo's stuff. Like that's just
But then again, after watching this movie 3 times, I'm like, there's so much motherfucking denim in this movie. Maybe it's Canada.
it has a lot of Canadian energy, but no, this is pure. This is
this
The
was the 90s.
denim, come on.
This was
Still.
96, Tim. People were wearing
That's
denim.
sister-in-law all fucking denimed out.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what?
She was rocking it hard.
from the Raven Debbie Rochon's website. You can buy a complete set of Screen Queens Illustrated trading cards.
Oh, wow.
Trading cards.
Yep.
Matt.
So yes,
How do you trade them if they're all stuck together?
she was the cover model for issue number 8, and that goes for about $34.
See, I
Okay,
told you that
okay.
was going to be the most expensive one.
Yeah,
right?
hers is a premium. I mean, because Julie Strain, you're going to get like 9 or 10 covers.
Yeah.
Right. That she's going to flood the market. You're right. No, she's Ravens. I mean, I guess you could just say that's so Raven.
She's
That
the
is
one
so
flooding
Raven.
the market, yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. So she's sexing the citying through Pittsburgh, and then just fucking like, I don't know, the music in this scene specifically.
It's a star. It's a star. The movie, the music is another fucking actor in this goddamn movie.
100%
It deserves its
it
credit.
is.
Yeah.
It's being played with like the gravitas of when Chevy Chase is in the attic on Christmas Vacation.
Yes, it is. Very sentimental. And you will find
I got some rabies vibes too with her walking around like
Yeah.
that too. It's like
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
gonna fucking start. Yeah.
there are odd lyrics that are very, very weirdly specific, and then you'll find out just a couple scenes later, oh, this was a song that was telling you stuff that's going to happen in the movie. So when she doesn't have a snowball fight in the park with kids, I was disappointed because I thought, in this opening song, it says maybe I'll buy a gift for your mom and your sister or something. And I'm like, well, that's really weird. Well, turns out we'll meet those people, and you'll see why she's debating in song whether she should get a gift for them.
Or have a snowball fight with them.
Right. Well, also because snow comes and goes in this movie a lot.
Yeah. This has got to exist in like the Haddonfield to Pittsburgh, right?
This
There's gotta
exists
be-
in the, hey, we got $20 to film today. And then 4 weeks later, hey, we got $20 to film today. Sorry
Yep.
that,
The magazine is
Yeah.
closed today, so we can film. Let's go.
Yeah.
So this movie jumps back and forth so rapidly because then we just cut to Laura, who's filming the Scream Queen video, Christmas video or whatever,
Right.
while there's a news reporter
On set.
on set
What
conducting an interview
What do you
with
do
the
to get that
director.
job as a news reporter?
Yeah, I mean,
What news station is that going to be on? Because
Hard copy.
She says crap or something like that, which I don't know, but 1990s still TV couldn't get away with crap.
Oh,
I'll bet you anything. Russo was trying to launch a horror news network,
Oh,
and he was filming that interview, and it was going to be the first story.
HNN.
yes.
bet
Anything that you see in this is definitely at least
Just
the
spaghetti
seed.
on the wall.
It's at least the beginning of another grift or another scam.
Russo classic.
Don't make me like this movie any more than I already do.
I mean, I think it's all right there. I mean, I think that's obvious. Again, he did like a turducken of a movie. He made it a movie, a magazine, and like
I saw the
and
credits
less
for
of
the
a movie.
magazine. No, see, I saw the credits at the end of the movie for the magazine. I had no idea he owned the fucking magazine and was published. I was like, that's chef's kiss, man. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Otherwise, I was like, all right, you know what? You're working together. You get to use their offices. You get to use their logo. It's a little bit of a tie-in. Maybe they'll give you a good review because you're working with them. But you
It's like a
own the
partnership.
fucking
Yeah.
That's.
So during the interview, we learned that the star of the show, Raven Quinn, our scream queen for this movie,
she's not
also,
just a body. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah,
also
no.
a mind. She went to college and she's a trained zoologist.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Prove me wrong.
I mean,
Prove me wrong. Go ahead. Go to a party and tell somebody you're a zoologist.
Was Russo going to
Is there
open
another
up like
zoologist there who's going to ask you questions?
Was Russo going to open up a Scream Queen petting zoo? Is this
Oh,
what
you
this
know.
is about?
you know he was. You know.
Sign me up.
So, okay, what we need to try and understand here is the movie is going to tell us that Raven, as she's clearly lying to her children, right? Like about
Oh yeah.
or do
All
they
right, well,
know
hold on.
what she does?
Oh, those her children. That's the other thing I have written down. Because how old are those kids and how old is she?
Well,
yeah. The ages of the children and the appearances of the children
the
lead me to believe
very blonde two little girls, and then you see
with
her
both
husband.
of their parents. Their parents, Raven, the Scream Queen, and fucking Joe Piscopo, her dad.
Well, no, they could have gotten his sister. They could have gotten his sister's genes, right? Because
That's
the
true.
mom is maybe blonde and the sister's blonde, right?
Right, so maybe not
There's
Joe
again, there's a
Piscopo.
plausible
the dad.
deniability.
So there's going to be a point in this movie where Raven is talking to her kids, and I forgot exactly what it was, but she basically says like, "Oh, at a horror convention," or like, "I'm in horror movies," and it's like,
Man.
Yeah, the Finding Dead dad from the Gremlins story moment in this fucking movie.
Now, we do not see anything about them making a horror movie. Now, I know there's going to be another movie talked about.
No. In the beginning of the movie, she says she first started out just doing photo shoots because her husband at the time got to do it. And then she just had so many fans, and the movie office just kept rolling in.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
Not to mention,
the dude has some memorabilia.
Yeah, I was going to say the whole reason Wayne is using the weapon that he uses is because it was used in one of her movies.
Last
So
movie,
why is she still doing this then? If she has become, is this like she's like the returning celebrity, like doing the favor to the people that got her started?
Maybe, yeah.
Look,
like
Matt,
Anna Nicole Smith going back to strip one last time at that club, right?
Okay.
Matt, do you think that the dollar store Christmas presents those kids were unwrapping by themselves?
No, they're giving her comped merchandise as gifts. Like she's getting free
I think
stuff.
the husband got the
The husband, the husband got that for her.
Yeah.
Which again, I know that's jumping ahead, but that is wrong. Like that is so wrong when you know what the magazine is.
Scream Queen, man. That was fucked up. Yeah?
It would be the modern equivalent would be if you got your daughter for Christmas an OnlyFans jacket.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Just waiting until I'm legal.
Future OnlyFans star.
Yeah,
you know.
future OnlyFans star. Exactly. Like fucking shit, dude. So okay, who cares about being a zoologist? There's tits on the screen.
Yeah.
All right, now we cut to Wayne.
Oh, by the way, can I think I texted this in the Discord. Up until the very end, where we get to see our cover girl, None of these tits have any give to them.
Oh,
These
no.
are the
No.
hardest looking fucking tits I think I've ever seen.
No.
It's like
These,
they took their tits and fucking froze them before they fucking went on the
Well, it was
went on the
cold.
camera.
no, these
it's
tits,
Pittsburgh,
Tim.
yeah.
These tits are as hard as the hammer in the communist fucking logo and as pointy as the sickle. They are. These are some real fucking Cold
it's funny
War
'cause
era
they're-
Well, no,
titties.
because
These are
these
ones
tits
that are
are for
bought.
everybody.
So
That's true.
Oh,
yeah.
both of us. Look at that, making our anti-communist
Yeah,
joke at the
that's-
same time. Yes.
Way to go, anti-capitalist guys. Free Luigi. So this dude's
By the way, can I just say he's got a good enough lawyer, and just 5 minutes of her talking, she's already got him off because she gave a whole fucking opening speech about how it's the biggest fucking perp walk the fucking United States has ever seen in the last
Yep.
50 years.
100%.
And the mayor of the city was right there at the perp walk talking about how we cannot let terrorists get away with doing anything
Yep.
in our city. He's off. He gets off.
yeah.
this
Then
is
he
going to
go-
be a
then he goes on
mistrial.
SNL.
This
Yeah.
will be a mistrial, then he'll get Epsteined. We all know it's coming. Just wait.
He doesn't know all that shit, so.
No, but he pissed off the wrong people. Like I said, if you ever really want to go to jail for the rest of your life, steal from the rich. They'll fuck you.
Yeah.
So, okay, Wayne is unboxing.
Oh, this is a performance.
Yes,
Dude.
This guy.
This is a chef's kiss. I can't. This guy really, he fucking sold this character.
Yeah, Grant Kramer plays Wayne, by the way. And Grant Kramer, you might know from
He was a zombie that got hit in the face with a pie.
Addicted to Murder, Tainted Blood, and Addicted to Murder 3, Bloodlust. So they didn't bring him back for 2. And
Those sound like very like sexy crime movies.
yeah, Tim,
Mm-hmm.
they both came out in 98 and 2000, respectively.
Oh yeah, so we know. Yeah, some detectives banging somebody in that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. You want to guess what rating they have, Tim?
Well, there's no way there's no NC-17 at the time, so it's either rated R or it's rated X.
Unrated. They didn't even fucking bother, Tim. It's like, it's a good movie.
Oh my god.
No, you know
Eddie?
what? No. Unrated is missold because it's not X-rated. If you want straight up porn, you want to see people really fuck, you need the X-rated.
Yeah.
The unrated could be anything.
Unrated could be anything, yeah.
Eddie, do you know who he is?
No.
He's Scotty from Hard Bodies. He's the main. That's what it says. There, all these credits that you're reading, either this is a different Grant Kramer or he's from. Go back to the Grind Bin episode that Eddie was on.
You got to be shitting me.
Somebody call him up.
Unless this is IMDb mixing up. But here's the thing. The only other reason why I would think that. So either they're getting two people's credits totally mixed up because John Russo, one of the worst things that he's ever done, the thing that I cannot forgive of his is because Night of the Living Dead is in public domain, the only way for them to make money off of it is to do these DVD releases, which is fine. But he wrote and directed a bunch of new scenes for a DVD that were supposed to like cut in and match the tone, and they do not at all. I watched that version once.
I think I saw that too.
Where there's like a preacher and there's like
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
yes.
Grant Kramer is in part of that. So
That makes
a couple
sense
years
then.
later. So
Holy shit.
unless it's two different. Okay, no wait. This has got it. I think IMDb is screwing this up.
Oh, okay.
Because there's no way that he's not the guy from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which is the guy from Hard Bodies.
No.
They're mixing up.
Is it like a Kramer versus Kramer situation we've got
It's
going
a common
on here?
enough name, and it's Pittsburgh or Canadian.
It's your classic
actor,
Kramer versus Kramer. I'll bet you that's what it is. Anyhow, he's unboxing what appears to be a limbless sex doll.
Dude, no. Who likes a fucking burnt amputee fucking sex doll? That's his kink?
One, the
Boxing
fact
Helena
that he
was
could find
burnt.
this thing, the fact that it's even sold.
That's how
is
it came
crazy.
from the company, Tim.
No, I know, but what's up with those arms?
I think it might have been a factory second. It was
Either
like a
that,
refurb.
oh no! Hold on. Here's what it is. Okay, because I don't want to make. What's a real doll cost right now?
$10,000.
Okay, the three of us, let's pool our money.
Okay.
You know what? I'm an ass man. Eddie, you're a tip
Ass
man.
man. Well, both.
No, well, Matt, he's a leg guy, right?
Sure.
So we just split the fucking doll up, send it where I just get the part that I want. You get the part that you want.
Tim.
And now it's only like $3,750.
Tim, I see what you're saying here. Russo, with his Scream Queens Illustrated magazine, got into the early sex doll business. And he's like, listen, when we make them, break them apart. Then we can sell the individual piece to the individual perv. Or if you want the full thing, you got to buy all the add-ons.
Yes. Or like I said, just 3 or 4 guys get together, pool your money, and you buy it. And you're like, I only like this part.
100% Wayne pooled in with 2 other guys. 100%. Because, goddamn.
Okay, so we're about to get to my next question about whether Raven is lying to her kids about everything. So she is apparently very successful. Like that movie is telling us that she is very successful.
She goes to conventions, people recognize her, she has stalkers.
Yeah. Okay, no, but Tim, I'm saying what the movie
relatively
is saying.
she's successful.
No, literally in the last scene when they're doing the interview, the director says that the term screen queen was coined for her.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
all right.
Wayne lives next door to her. The only thing we know about him is he works as like an aide at a school. Like he works at a school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe he lives with anyone. They do not do any of the like, oh, he's living with his mom or whatever. So
because the other 2 roommates are up in their rooms jerking off to the fucking feet.
To the other parts of the doll, yeah.
So this would be like me.
He's got Tarantino as a roommate.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis is my neighbor. Is what like is as believable as that.
This is what they're trying to tell us is 1996 Jamie Lee Curtis, who's also just doing a bunch of nude magazines and videos, is his neighbor. Right.
Because she's so successful. So he must be the best damn teacher's aide you've ever encountered. Because if he's living next to, her, then he can afford it. And he's
got to be doing well for himself.
So maybe this is Canada, right? Where
no, it's Pittsburgh.
Is getting paid a living wage.
Yeah. Well, that's Pittsburgh, Tim.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's why she's lying to her kids.
That or he really likes being around children. So he took a job as a teacher's aide, but in reality, he probably worked on like one of the original Kernel compilations for Unix or some shit, like just some early era fucking programmer. I mean, this dude's trouble. That's all I'm going to say. So we come back to Raven and Laura acting, and I use that term really loosely. And it turns out that Raven is getting a Christmas divorce. Which, by the way, she's pretty flippant
Christmas,
about
please
it.
Come
too.
back.
Yeah. Now, when we meet her husband, you're like, okay, they're going for some character development here. Like, ooh, there's a relationship tension here.
To correct a mistake I made earlier, real quickly, about the husband, though, I said the husband was like a Joe Piscopo type. I meant a Joey Buttafuoco.
Yes, that's
definitely Buttafuoco. He's definitely a Buttafuoco, yeah.
Because now there's no world in which I understand like why anyone would be upset about distance from this man. Like
he makes good gravy.
Yeah.
He slices the garlic just enough that it dissolves into the. Come on, man.
The only problem is you might end up with a 16-year-old on your doorstep, hopped up on goofballs, shooting you in the face.
Right.
Just a quick thing. I know. Let's test what the average age of the person who listens to this podcast is.
Oh, God.
Do you know who the Buttafuoco story or no?
Yeah.
Text us. Leave it in the comments.
No, thanks for aging me, Tim. Thanks, bud.
But yeah, and I also like that for this scene when Raven and the other woman are
Laura.
sitting there talking, Laura, it really feels like this is like in Showgirls or something where they're like backstage and like one of them's got to like, oh, the number's starting, I got to get on stage. It's like you're on ostensibly a film shoot, but like they're like the way. Again, I feel like this movie keeps forgetting what the premise is.
Well, to be fair, it's not like it's made by people who make movies, so they wouldn't know what it felt like behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And we
Plus, don't forget you're paying them by the hour.
Good point, and the nipple. So then we come back to the fucking creepy Wayne like dancing with the sex doll of Raven and putting it up on an altar when he lights all these fucking candles, then just starts like caressing himself. And then he hallucinates.
He's like, I'd fuck me.
Yeah, exactly. So then he hallucinates that Raven's in the room with him. And like, she does the Demi Moore scene from The Substance, just smearing her lipstick all over her face. And it's fucking creepy. And
there's some cut out dialogue because she's talking while she's smearing the lipstick on her face. But
oh, yeah. So
they forgot to bring the microphone.
Did you get a lip reader?
Let's talk about ADR. Okay.
Oh.
There's the scene when they first
this is in ADR. I don't know what it is.
No.
But it doesn't even rise to the level of ADR.
This is somebody holding a phone literally up to the microphone of a VHS camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first scene when they go when Raven brings her daughters to her house.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they told her not to shut that front door because the microphone is next to the front door.
Yeah.
And you just hear thud.
Yeah.
And the audio guy's like, we'll leave it in.
Well, the audio guy was also John Russo, probably.
John Russo. He was like, I could only afford one microphone today, so we're not going to get the dialogue unless you know.
It's probably the one on the camera for most of the movie.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
It's the camera they were using to film the first scene while they were talking to the reporter.
Yeah. We saw the two cameras, basically. The ones that they're using to make the movie and in the movie.
Yeah. And by the way, remember that the hallucination that Wayne's having right now about Raven, smearing the lipstick on and undulating all sexily. This is in his mind. She could be sucking his dick right now.
Yeah.
But in his mind,
he respects her. No, he respects her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's one of those. He's a nice guy.
It's the Madonna whore complex.
This is so much incel energy.
Oh my God. Yeah. 100%. This guy is the proto incel.
Yeah. That's the one thing where because there's a line, it's going to be a little bit later, and I think I took screenshots with the subtitles because I wanted to get it exactly. But like, yeah, this is 1000% the first incel slasher. Like
1,000,000%. This is.
I'll tell you what, Matt. I'll trade you my screenshots for yours.
Yeah, but
none of mine have any words on them, so.
Yeah, the best kind.
Mine have the best delivered lines.
Oh yeah. There's some great ones, and there's some good stuff coming up here because Raven goes to her mom and sister's house.
Oh my God!
It's her in-laws.
Yes.
Yeah, that's her in-laws?
Yeah, those are Eric's.
Okay, right. Yeah.
There's nobody who could bitch on her like her in-laws can, right?
Jesus fucking Christ. The second she sets foot in the goddamn door, they are up her ass.
Yeah. So they are basically saying it's inappropriate for her to do the kind of work she does while raising kids, but it's okay for that her husband does because he's behind the camera.
Yes, and when the kids open up a porn magazine that they get in the schoolyard or they find in the backyard,
or that their grandma gives them,
spread eagle and stark naked in the magazine like she is.
Yeah, it's just her there, and then their dad's just like the one who took the picture.
Yeah, he's innocent.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we'll find out that he's
no, hold on. She's a fucking trained zoologist. Okay, she was gonna go work for the fucking Pittsburgh Zoo.
Yeah,
you know how fucking good of a gig that shit is. You ain't never getting fired from that thing unless you kill a fucking kangaroo or a fucking panda bear. And he's the one who convinced her to get into this fucking business.
Right.
True.
They could have that zoology money, man. That's steady income.
Yeah.
The porn is only gonna last for so long.
Well, at least she's got zoology to fall back on, though, Tim. A lot of girls in that industry don't have zoology to fall back on.
That's true. Yes. But then again, what self-respecting zoo is going to be able to hire an ex-porn actress, right?
Oh, that's
Like, you
true.
want to take your kids, like,
Well,
oh, my kids came here to see a penguin, and my husband recognized the girl that he whacks off to.
Yeah.
Tim, maybe Russo's Scream Queen petting zoo. They're going to need a zoologist, right? Right? Okay.
Oh shit! Look at that. It all works together. I love this
It all
guy.
works together. See the guy he's playing.
Is he
fucking,
still alive? Can I go work for
Yes,
him?
he is. He is still alive.
Tim, we're all playing checkers. That man is playing chess. That's all I gotta say, man. So yeah, they shit all over. First of all, they should have got on her case about the kids' names, Saban and Angela.
Yeah.
No,
Angela.
Savannah.
Savannah.
Oh, okay. I heard Saban. Maybe I need a better copy. So they
need the
browbeat the
4K.
shit out of her
And
And
right
then-
in front of the kids.
in front of the kids. Yeah, they're
She's
like,
the one who says, "Go outside and play." Like the kids are like right there when like the mother-in-law is just. I mean,
shooing her a
Dude,
new one.
And what's
after
up with the
these
sister?
kids-
there's
this-
something weird about her, right? Like because
Yeah,
they
why is
keep
she
cutting to
around?
her. She just kind of like goes, "Yeah." Like
Well,
she's
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 the-
there to like back up the mom.
You get that like jealous feeling with her, right?
She's like the bully's toady, right?
Or that got hit by a 2x4 and has to still live with mom. I don't know.
Okay.
I couldn't tell
Well, you know what?
because the performance was so good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you know you're a really good actor. If you can go, like, not full retard, obviously,
Right.
but
Now-
just a little differently abled.
As we said before, the mom is played by Marilyn Eastman, who was Helen Cooper in Night of the Living Dead. So as on-screen mom goes, I think she did better in Night of the Living Dead, where she dealt with her horrible husband and then gets stabbed with a garden trowel.
Garden tool.
A step up, yes.
Perfect. Considering what the killer uses in this entire fucking movie. How fitting. Another garden tool.
Kind of.
I do like though that it's this scene where the mother-in-law is like, oh my son, he's fine, he just films the women. Then we cut to her son, Raven's husband, with
Who's-
a model at the La Quinta Inn by the fucking airport.
Yep. He's out of town on business.
Yeah,
Now,
But when the wife calls, she asks for extension 1327, not room 1327. She says extension.
oh yeah. Yes, but this is the best reasonably priced room that had a fireplace. That
100%. 100%. This guy was not. He was sparing all expenses. Let me
Yes.
tell you that. As a matter of fact, there probably was one actor that was in this that they had to fly in from out of town for like a day.
Yeah.
And that was the room that they rented
They
for
were
the
staying in
actor.
already. Yeah. Well, hey, while you got that, it's that or someone that worked like as like on
Smart
set,
move.
worked at the hotel and was like, look, you got
100%.
like
You know
an
what it
hour
was?
in this room.
It was the motel that my parents fucking ran. That one of the rooms the plumbing was busted in, so they couldn't rent it out.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they could.
that was my room as a teenager.
Now, why this man had to go out of town for this?
Well, location is everything in photography, Matt.
Are we sure it's not state lines?
That could be actually.
Ooh, yeah. Is there? What's the age of consent there? Maybe he
Right.
had to cross state lines.
And okay, so the fact that also, as we're gonna learn, inexplicably, the killer is like technically getting revenge on Raven's behalf
Yes, for her. To help her, right?
to help her.
Well,
Which
prevent.
is a good
let's
guy.
say.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. The fact that the woman that it gets away unscathed, like this woman with the husband,
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah,
Because
that
if
is pretty
anyone
insane.
is actively conspiring agained,
Yeah, she totally is conspiring
she's the only
against
one.
her.
Like he kills the
She-
producer who's just giving
he
her a
doesn't
job.
know that.
But I'm
he's
saying,
not
like,
privy to the fact that she's fucking him and trying to bust up the marriage for some unknown reason. Honey, you got what you want. You got the fucking
Yeah,
third of the month, right?
that's a good point. The only source of information he has is Raven, and if Raven knew her and what was going on, then
Yes.
this wouldn't be a movie. So
Yeah, because Raven even says like you're not seeing anybody, you haven't seen a lawyer yet, right? So as far as Raven knows, both of them are being faithful to each other.
yeah. Oh, that's the thing.
So
By the end of it, Raven never learns what's going on.
Oh yeah, no.
Scott free, motherfucker, enter the hero.
Yeah, he comes back as a hero.
Man. Oh
Yeah.
no, so even if she has a suspicion, she can't say anything because you're the fucker.
No.
You saved her life now.
The
Yeah.
dad is fucking Kaiser Soze the entire movie, dude.
Especially because this guy
I found these underwear in your pocket.
this
Yeah,
guy
wardrobe
planned
for
to
the
be out of
photo
town
shoot.
for Christmas.
Yeah. That's
There
the
was no
other-
reason.
Wow.
There was no reason.
Well, they're
he had
getting
to
a
do-
divorce at this point, so.
But he has kids. You would think he would stay in town for them at the
Yeah.
very least.
So
Well, did you see these kids?
He's doing his pretense of a photo shoot with this broad, and then this is right after we hear how good of a dude he is, and then he fucks her in the pussy.
Yep.
I think at one point he says, "You're my first one that I've ever done this with," and she said, "Oh, come on, are you a virgin?" He goes, "No, you're the first one I slept with since I got married."
Yep.
I said, "If you phrase it that way, she's not your last."
Right. Oh yeah. No, this was going to be like this is the floodgates are open moment.
Yeah, you say the only.
Yes.
But here's how you do it. Instead of saying you're the first person I've slept with since I got married, you say you're the only person that I have slept with since I got married, right? I still could in the future.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing here is, again, the model that he is working with here seems to have a very specific agenda against his marriage. It feels like it could go somewhere. This should come back around again.
Is
Knowing
Jared
what
Kushner's dad getting set up?
is that what it was?
It could be, or we could have a Fatal Attraction situation coming up here where she's going to replace Raven.
Again,
The mom and sister hate the wife so much they hired this chick to bang him out make him
and just
forget
constantly
about the wife and
slag
kids.
on Raven.
Yeah, because the whole time she's like, fuck your wife. She's terrible. Here, come fuck my pussy. And he's like,
Right.
okay.
It doesn't make any sense. If this is like a relationship, like an office relationship, that
Yeah.
makes a little bit more sense. But this is, she's a model, he's a fucking photographer doing a shoot.
Yeah.
Right. And just looking at the husband, you would think he'd be the one controlling and manipulating the situation and then sending that girl to shoot his wife.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
It would make a lot more sense. But
Yeah,
whatever.
Also-
you gotta let her think about it, Eddie.
Also, again,
That's
It's
true.
got to be her idea, right?
That's true.
the whole thing also doesn't really add up when it's the workplace temptress, but your wife is the number one cover model. Like that doesn't really hold the same sway, I don't think. Like,
yeah, it's hard. But I mean, I don't know. New broom sweeps clean, buddy.
okay,
Yeah. It's gonna say Hugh Grant.
that's true.
Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
You know, he's got to sling it around everywhere, I guess. So speaking of slinging it around everywhere, we then Raven and the kids are getting home and they get intercepted by the neighbor Wayne. Now, Matt, you have kids, right?
I do.
Now, if your neighbor looked like Wayne and offered your child a stocking,
I'm tackling him before he gets to the yard. I'm gonna shoulder him back across the property line.
yeah, I'm going to
How
remind
any
him.
woman lets him get 10 feet.
Right, I was just going to say,
the kids, just 10 feet of them.
Tim, I was just going to say, I would remind him that the order says he has to be at least 200 yards away.
Yeah.
And she's
Because
been to
this-
conventions, so she's had her share of freaks and creeps on
You
her,
would think
right?
she could spot it.
Yeah, you'd think she could sniff it out by now, but no, she
Is
loves
there,
the
anything
guy.
is there anything you want to do so I can babysit your kids? Is there anything you can do today that I can babysit your kids?
Yeah, and the fact that you immediately go to the worst place in your head about the way he's doing that.
Yeah.
And all of his actions would lead to
Indicate-
believe that's what he's doing. But no.
Right. Here's the thing. Like, we know now that if you get a product for free right? That you're the product.
Yes.
Wayne never asks, like, could you pay me to babysit your kids?
Right.
So I'm just saying, if anybody offers to babysit your kids for free,
Right.
your kids are the product.
Yeah. Or there's some scheme to get closer to you.
Plus, he's bringing the fucking milk and cookies himself.
Yep. Yep.
He's an out-of-pocket babysitting now. No,
Out of
no,
pocket.
no,
Yeah. No, fuck this guy. So, yeah, then she invites Wayne over to help decorate the house for Christmas.
Because again, Dad is
Gone.
not around.
Okay, now hold on, because here's where I like this movie. Is this a Joker thing? Did she invite him over? Or is he fucking imagining this shit talking to a fucking burnt amputee fucking doll in his house?
Yeah.
That would be great. But no, she tragically did invite him over.
Yeah.
And we'll know that because later the mom will call and get this guy on the... Well, we won't see it.
Well, hold on. That doesn't mean shit because the mom is calling.
Yeah.
He could be, I'm Wayne. I'm the next door fucking neighbor. The daughter that hates your fucking guts and that you never talk to is crud. Of course she's never going to fucking mention me.
Yeah, true.
This is a Joker thing. I don't think because I watched. I was like, when the fuck is he actually talking to this bitch, and when's he talking to the fucking
So Tim,
doll?
do you think that if all they needed to do is add a scene at the end of the movie, right, where the camera zooms out and we see that the teenage boy that walked in on his mom getting fucked out by Uncle Bob, he just fell on the floor. He didn't shoot them, and he's catatonic. And this is like a Jacob's Ladder scenario that's playing out in his head.
Okay.
So yeah, Wayne,
It's for real. Why the fuck would she have anything to do with this guy?
Well, because the problem is that Wayne has both the energy of Henry Portrait of the Serial Killer and Phil Hartman from Jingle All the Way.
Yes.
It's like a perfect mashup. He's in there, he's baking cookies, he's fucking gallivanting around the house, decorating, he's watching the kids.
I think they sing a song like together.
Yes,
Like
they sing multiple Christmas songs together, Matt.
This could be in his fucking head.
Yeah, okay.
It
okay.
could be. It's not.
Maybe that's
though.
why he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't even really live next door to her, Matt. He's
Again,
just thinking that he lives next door.
You're doing too much work for this movie because
Yeah, Tim.
this.
That's what's good about this movie.
Well, actually, I
open
think
to
what's good about this
interpretation.
movie is that they're just basically trying to say, "No, you buy this, right?" Like,
Yeah.
like I like the audacity of like the idea that like this guy with his like, I mean, his nervous, sweaty energy, and I'm putting that in like a nicer term than it actually is because he's not good at what he's doing. But you definitely do get the feeling right from the start. Like one thing he does well: don't let him near you. Like don't let this guy anywhere near you.
Yeah.
He's got that down. The problem is what he doesn't have down is any of even the like, you know, in the Joker, like even the in his head the awkward charm that works
Yeah.
on her, right? Like
Yeah, nothing
is
he does
constantly just the.
That's why there's no reaction from her at all throughout this whole fucking movie. Like, what?
Well, because she's on Quaaludes.
Well, yeah, she's
I
she's
don't know.
pilled out.
I'm thinking now. The more I think about it, I think I might be right. That
You
You're
could
not.
be, Tim.
all the scenes with them, because the other thing too is we never see her hand these kids off to him at the
Oh, yes, we
babysitting,
do.
right? Oh, we do. All right. Well,
They
then
go
fuck
on a
that theory.
walk
Okay.
together, all of them.
That could be in his head. The walk together. But I'm talking about seeing. Do we see her actually say, "All right, you're going to babysit my kids tonight," and then we
Yeah,
see
'cause
her
she
leaving the
leaves.
kids with him?
Yeah.
The first time he drugs them.
Tim, and I'll blow your mind even further, Tim. This entire movie was in Russo's head when he wrote it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that tells you something about our hero. So anyhow, yeah, then fucking Raven just starts trauma dumping on Wayne about like how when she was a kid she used to collect roadkill so she could take it apart.
Great origin story for a zoologist.
And that's why she's a zoologist.
No, she learned a lot from when she was a kid.
I thought that was a weird choice for her character, but that could just be me, you know. And then they share this like intimate moment to comfort him and just assure him, oh, it's okay. We're both weird. But that upsets him, right? Because so then we cut to him talking to the fucking sex doll again. And he's getting pissed off at it for, I guess, not accepting his advances that he didn't
For
make.
not seeing how great he is.
Literal incel shit.
Yeah, again.
And treating me like how you talking to me like how you talk to your husband.
Right.
But at least back then, they had fuck dolls to talk to. They didn't go on 4chan and then meet
Right.
other incels and bolster their own
Well, I
opinions.
mean, look, if a
and
real dog
views.
costs $10,000.
Well, no, it was only $3,000 for him because he went in,
Right, yeah.
went in thirds with his roommates.
Yeah, but inflation now.
Tim.
The
So here's your checkmate, buddy. The
He
reason
kills
this
two
isn't-
dudes.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
kills the two guys he went in with, so that way.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Should have done that before the dog got cut up, but okay, you live and learn.
Yeah, he had the
Put it
plan
together.
down, just not the timing. You gotta. Everybody fucks up, whatever. So then he starts threatening the doll that if she doesn't accept his love, he's gonna kill her effectively, and then he pulls out the claw weapon of this movie that we've alluded to a little bit. So if you go to a dollar store,
Yeah.
right, and you go to their little gardening section, this is one of the tools you'll find.
It's
Go
the
to
plastic
Temu.
one.
I think Temu is what the kids use today, right?
Yeah, Temu now. It would be useful if you had a 3-foot by 3-foot garden.
No, I think this is what you buy your kid to take to the beach for the one day, right?
This
So you
could
don't even have
be.
to bring it home.
Because
and
this
just
thing
throw it away.
wobbles. There's a wobble to this that tells
Yeah,
me
it's-
this isn't a metal like hand rake. This is the plastic one where you're like, you better hope that ground is soft because you're breaking this thing the minute you hit a rock.
It's the gardening tool equivalent of a butter knife.
Yes.
It really serves
A
a plastic
plastic.
butter knife.
Plastic
yeah,
butter
thank
knife.
you.
Yes.
It really serves no purpose at all.
The idea, and the movie tries to tell us that this is a highly sought after prop from a movie that Raven was in.
Yeah, the garden tool killer or whatever the fuck.
I think it was just like the deadly claw, which is like, okay, we're really not.
Yeah, we're
and-
not even trying.
No.
So yeah, we cut back to now Laura doing a photo shoot. And this is the scene that I said I love because it's her, undulating, posing, stripping, doing the
Is
whole
this where we get
thing.
the direction about like is this the where we get the line like now what this video that she's filming is going to be, which is ostensibly it's POV softcore, I guess, where the camera is the guy coming down and this is what he's getting on Christmas.
Yeah.
Right.
And also the other actor that's in it was asking if he got to get a sample.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then the director had to tell him, no, you don't get to fuck the model.
And that's not even that kind of movie anyways, so why would he ask that?
That's a good question, Matt. I guess you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Right.
So
that's
you
true.
might as well. You might as well ask, right? Just on the off chance.
Just
And
on
at
the
least-
off chance that in this movie where that is not the kind of film set you're on.
It's not a union shoot.
Yeah. So and
There's
then
plenty of
here's the
scabs
other-
there.
It's almost like in that episode of Seinfeld where George teaches Jerry how to pull off the switch. I think maybe this actor is trying to pull a little move where he's like, listen, I can ask this professionally and it'll sound like it's whatever, something you would ask on the job if I get to fuck the actress.
Yeah.
But to the actress, now she knows you want to fuck her.
Oh, okay, all right.
So you're just opening the door. Where God closes the door, he opens a pussy on the set of a
leg.
low-budget POV softcore film,
Right.
I guess. So, yeah, they're doing the photo shoot. It's great. We get to see a bunch of shit. And then she just walks off to the shower and gets undressed again, which I love.
Double the pay, yes.
Yep. Puts on
Also-
a black bra, some panties.
Love that this great office that we're in has this shower.
Oh
That
yeah.
is just not.
Yeah, you know if you go on the set of a film and there's a shower, you're in for a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you
You're
show up
either
for a
in a
job and the
really-
shower has 3 walls and a camera.
Yeah.
You're either in
yeah.
a really big budget movie and it's a luxury that you've got a shower there, or you're in a very different. kind
Yeah,
of
this is
movie.
one of those things that transcends class, like having a bunch of cars.
Yes.
The poorest people you know have a ton of cars, and the richest people you know have a
Yeah.
collection.
Okay,
The only
so
difference-
basically, the if there's a shower on the set of your movie, it's like the horseshoe theory.
Yes, yes, it's one of two extremes. So then our buddy in a hooded mask outfit comes up with a claw, picks her ass up, choke slams her down like fucking Kane, and then claws her face like 4 times, and that kills her.
Yeah, and we don't know why this is, because now
Well,
this was not him. I mean, she didn't express any jealousy that like.
well, no,
this was...
he says you'll never take Raven's place.
So his
Yeah.
motive here is that. Oh, okay.
The preemptive strike.
Yeah,
Okay, so
So,
this is the
again-
he's gonna keep her a star, but he also hates that she's a star because he wants her to himself.
right. He's very conflicted, this man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people who are like red pill idiots are very conflicted. Which is why if you ask them, would they want their daughter to date a man like Andrew Tate, it fucks them up a little bit
Right.
because they really don't know how to answer it.
Yeah. It's a good question.
That's how you get all those motherfuckers. Yeah.
Then Wayne tells the sex doll that the sex doll reminds him of his Uncle Joe, which I'm not really sure how or why, but okay, that's something.
Look, if you want a crazy killer, we might have the craziest of crazy killers because he is all over the place.
Oh yeah, he's nutty nuts. I mean, we definitely get that from this movie for sure. So anyhow, Wayne comes over to Raven's place to babysit, but then she's like, "Well, hey, I don't need you because it turns out that the date's canceled. Our thing."
It's not a
And-
date. She keeps saying
Oh,
over
you
and
know
over.
what?
It's
No,
not
this
a
is the
date.
producer. No.
Yeah,
so
okay,
there's
I
another
skipped over
murder.
this. You're right. So then he goes after the producer.
Again,
Right.
Carl Eastman. Sorry, from Night of the Living Dead. So
And he gets shot by the producer 9 times and doesn't die. So he's immortal.
yep.
Then he just goes over.
Well, I think
and,
he says, "You created me, but you can't kill me," or something like that.
yeah, you can't
Right,
kill
because
me,
this
you
was also the
created me.
producer of the movie
Yeah.
who he's now in the costume of. Like,
Right. He's the claw killer from that movie.
he's
the
also got a
only
full.
time that he wears a bulletproof vest.
He's got a full face mask on, and all of his lines of dialogue are muffled because he's talking because he monologues a lot.
Dude, this is like
Yeah.
a fucking 3-layer fucking mask he's got on. It takes him off like 3 different times before you see his face at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they had to figure out a way he could see with the mask on, so they put a mask on, they put a hood over it, and then they like stretched black nylons over the front, so you just couldn't see his face. It's like those remember the old hooded Halloween costume?
Yes.
That you could see through, but you can't
Yeah.
see the person. It was like an early version of that, or they just couldn't get around to the Halloween spirit that year.
No, they couldn't afford that.
They couldn't afford that. That's, I didn't want to say it that way, Matt, but you're right. So yeah, then he just kills the producer with the bulletproof vest. Then he goes over to Raven's place to ask, "Yeah, do I need to babysit tonight?" And she's
Yeah.
like, "No, I mean, I was supposed to meet with the producer, but apparently him and Laura both went missing."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Anyhow,
I
I've
think
got
she's,
some-
and he goes, "Oh, maybe they eloped," and then
Yeah.
she says, "Maybe she would, but he wouldn't."
Right. Yeah.
yeah, just slagging Laura off.
Yeah.
That's good. So then he's like, "All right, well, it's probably a bad time for me to babysit your kids anyway, because I've got 2 dead bodies in the back of my van that I need to go dispose of."
So the amazing lack of alarm from anyone about these 2 people missing. The fact that, man, Scream Queens is a well-run, like a well-oiled machine because no one is gone. No one delays. No one reschedules. The
No.
only thing that gets rescheduled is this dinner or whatever.
Dinner date, yeah.
Because
It's
someone
the
else just tags in
90s,
and
it's
starts filming.
Pittsburgh, it's the porn industry. Somebody disappears, man. What are you gonna do? Just keep
Yeah,
going
that's
on.
true.
Because
Otherwise, it's gonna be you.
it's worth pointing out that in the scenes that we've been talking about where they're filming, it's been the producer that gets murdered that is also serving as director.
Right.
From this
And
point,
box collector.
yeah, yeah. Well, so, but later we'll just get John Russo tagged in at this point, and he takes over. So someone was there being like, "Well, I guess the owner of this company didn't show up, so I'll just step in. We're gonna just keep this. We get
Yeah.
Also, just worth noting, Christmas specials are filmed at different times of the year, so you can
Yeah.
release them on Christmas. This is either
Right.
working
That's
way
6
in
months
advance.
before Christmas, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're. I don't think they're.
This is
thinking
guerrilla
it's-
producing, man. They're fucking
Yeah.
flying by the seat of their
I was
pants,
gonna say
right?
this is not like a year before for production. This is
You
they're
can't do that
releasing
shit
it
because by
Christmas
that
Day.
time she's not fresh anymore, right? There's a new
Yep.
girl who's doing horror movies. You gotta get this shit out while you can.
Yeah, yeah. It really is that kind of a market, you know. And it's sad, but you know, what are you gonna do?
I mean, well,
Pittsburgh is a tough city, man.
it's extra sad that like some of the like they're filming on like Christmas Eve. There was, people that are actually the star gets her shoot for this video is technically on Christmas. She was working on Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
So I think maybe they're all lying about how big of a star she is, and that's why she lives next door to Wayne.
Yes.
Because if she's
That-
shooting
yeah.
on Christmas, yeah, all right. That's not Mariah Carey is not fucking filming that video on Christmas Eve, right?
If you know what, if
Right.
this movie is happening in anyone's head, it's actually in hers.
Oh,
Ooh, interesting.
you know what? I think I have to watch this one more time to see if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You should. You should. Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is, like, as far as the owner of the company goes missing, so operations still happen.
Yep.
Go work for any major company around Christmas time. You'll be working, and a lot of the upper management will be gone through the holidays.
Oh no,
just will not fucking
I
see
understand.
Yeah, guess what, people? You don't need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like when I told the people at JP Morgan Chase if we wanted to save money, we should outsource all the middle managers. They didn't like that. I was like, what? They get paid more than we do, and all they're doing is they're pushing our reports of our metrics up to upper management.
Yeah.
We could easily outsource that and, hire some more people in India. Boom, we're done. Yeah, that didn't go over well. So he goes out, he dumps these bodies just in a park, I guess, somewhere. Who knows?
He digs a berm. He doesn't dig a grave. He like
Yeah,
it's
not a lot of.
just enough of a snow pile that he can roll something over it and we don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a hole. I think the movie wants us to believe he dug a hole,
Yeah.
Well, I
yeah.
think he knows he's going to be done by the time Christmas rolls around.
but
so.
this movie
True.
doesn't have hole digging budget. That's the
No.
so
Well, how much we got to shoot for today? $30. All right, we'll do a mound and an extra.
The
team
ground's
shot.
frozen. Fuck.
the ground is frozen. Also, while talk about the soundtrack again, this body burying music is like the country western like Christian song about like what a good God.
Can I buy the soundtrack to this movie?
I look
I'm
for
sure
it. I
if you
can't find it.
just email John. He'll
Just
probably
email
he's probably
John.
got
He'll
something.
sell it to you.
Hey, by the way, John, I got a couple of ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll sell you the soundtrack, but it'll be in some like antiquated fucking audio format that he owns the rights to the only media player that works with it, like real
It
media.
only works on a Zune.
Somehow John has real player. like how the fuck?
Wow, real
I'm the
player.
only website you can download it from, Tim.
It's actually just Russo player.
Russo player. Yeah. So then we cut to the husband back at the motel, still taking pictures of that chick.
Yeah, this is a multi-day shoot.
Yeah.
Same location.
Well, I mean, you paid for like the 2 days and 1 night, right? So
True.
And the best part is we get confirmation that this isn't a set. Like this is not like him out of
this
town.
is a motel room.
I
That's
don't think
weird.
there's any sex in this movie.
No, but I mean, like in the story of the movie, like he had to go
Yeah.
out of town for this big shoot.
Oh.
You would think
Yeah,
that does not include shooting
Yeah.
at your hotel room.
My joke about motel room set at the beginning of it confirmed in this scene, because he's talking to the wife on the phone. He's like, yeah, I don't know if I want to work it out with you, while the chick is sucking his dick.
Yeah.
And like she's reaching up and touching the mouthpiece of the phone, trying to like make it, put some sound through there to maybe be suspicious.
Look, I don't want to be fucked up or anything like that, but you can't trust this fucking bitch on the phone with your wife at the same time.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think that the chick that's sucking you off while you're talking to your wife on Christmas in a motel room
She's already proven that she can't keep her mouth shut, all right? She's already trying to break me and my wife up, okay?
Well, that's
I'm
the
not
thing.
going to fucking give her the opportunity to do that shit while I'm talking to my wife on the phone.
Well, but that's the thing, is she opened her mouth to say something and he just stuck his dick in there. He's like, all right, I gotta be quiet. Boom. Oh man. But no, instead he just like hangs up on the wife, picks her up, and goes and fucks her in the pussy again.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of work getting done.
I thought it was in the bed, but okay.
Yeah. Well, there too. Though we cut back to Wayne having an argument with the Raven sex doll, and telling it about how his mother would get pissed, and why was the mother always threatening to have the kid locked up?
I don't know, because the only time we see his mom is in the scene where he kills her, and she actually seems genuinely concerned that like he's gonna hear or what. I mean, there was nothing.
She made sure he didn't use too many of his sleeping pills to knock the kid out that night.
That's
a concerned mother.
That is comparatively a reasonable parent in this movie. Like
fair. In this universe.
I mean, that might be the most concern for a child that is ever expressed in this movie.
I'm gonna have to pump his stomach.
We're gonna have to, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. This is another one of those situations where you just feel like they're just speed running every like crazy horror movie.
Oh yeah, they have
serial killer reason. Like something about my mom.
Yeah, just it's you know what it is. It's Russo was like, we'll throw every possible background at the wall, see what sticks.
This movie is an hour and 23. Without the nudity scenes, you got what, 47 minutes?
Yeah, I mean it's
pretty much just gratuitous.
Actually, you know what? He's pretty good thematically, because why did young Wayne kill the uncle? He would never replace the dad. Now, you would think, so why did he kill Laura? Right now, these motives are actually there's like almost a through line. It goes completely out the window. Because he even changes, like he just adopts kind of love that it's his second time out as a killer, that he's like, I need like a costume. Like costume I wore last time.
Because that's what John was wearing, his Uncle John, when he was fucking his mom. So now he's becoming Uncle John so he can fuck his mom.
Wait, hold on. A hat is not a costume.
But it's the coat. It's the Santa coat, too. He spray paints them. This is like in Batman Begins, when the first time that Batman meets Gordon, he's wearing the ski mask and won't let him see his face. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, I need something else. I need like a symbol.
The one thing I did notice when I was watching this movie is I just wanted, when he was spray painting the Santa outfit black, I was like, by the way, kids, don't worry. Santa is white.
Yes, yeah. Megan Kelly approves of this movie, I'm sure, because everyone's got their right gender roles.
High up, high up on her fucking list. So yeah, then he punches the wall because there's like a picture of his mom on the wall, and it fucks his hand up. Then he just like stares mystified at his hand.
Here's my question: did he really fucking cut his hand on that? Because
I think he did.
Does this movie get enough credit where we're gonna leave a blood trail on the wall, and then you look at your hand, there's blood on your fist?
No, you are right, because the lack of any effort put into any of the other like blood.
Yeah, and that looked realistic.
Yeah, this is definitely
that was DiCaprio and Django Unchained. Is what we got here.
Same level, yes.
Yep, same level of acting. I would say.
If we could put Leonardo in this movie, Steph's kiss.
Nah, Raven's too old for him.
Yeah.
So
I'd really be worrying about the daughters then. I'd be like, okay, this
Yeah.
is
Oh shit, yeah.
Yep. So Raven's out walking the dog. Wayne shows up, and they go for a little walk. And again, he offers to babysit so she can go shopping.
And again,
And-
this might be Christmas Eve. It's hard to tell how much time
He's-
has passed, but at least one full night because the
Yeah.
husband is in his second day, right? So
Yeah.
okay.
So all of this woman does is shop and film nude scenes.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, we
Okay.
go back
Living
to
the life,
Wayne.
yeah.
Yeah,
Either her
telling-
in-laws or her next-door neighbors taking care of these kids. Why not?
So now Wayne, he goes over back to the sex doll. He's like, listen, I'm going to do you a favor, and you're not going to understand it right now, but I'm going to fix all of your mistakes, and I'm going to get rid of all your bad companions.
Okay. This is when I almost thought there was going to be tension because the way he said "fix your mistakes," I almost was like,
Kill the kids.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
he's gonna kill the kids.
Yeah, which would have
No,
been
the
fucking
in-laws.
fantastic.
No, right, but like just the thought of like he wants her like to himself, and
Mm-hmm.
and then the movie goes nowhere near that.
Listen, Tim, he's an incel, not a cuck. He's not
Yeah, but
raising some other man's kids.
The kids love him, so that's his it, right?
Yeah,
Kill the
true.
in-laws.
Well, that's the in. You kill
Yeah,
the
he's
kids
already in.
later. After
And he's
you're
also
in, you
nuts.
kill the kids. And then you're like, oh, I'm so sorry your kids were dead. You
Yeah.
want to have sex
Oh,
with
and
me?
then you're like, oh yeah, it's almost like I lost our kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Where's your
Yeah.
husband at? He's not even around? Oh, God. Well, I guess.
Probably fucking some fucking bimbo in a hotel room. Yeah.
Yeah. Some bimbo he doesn't even care about the way I care about you. And then he fucks her.
Hmm.
Boom. That's your in, guys. So. So fucking. We
No,
cut
the problem
to-
is it never ends with he fucks her.
Yeah, true. So now we cut to another model, Mary Jane, and this is the dude who straight up acts if he can fuck her in this
Right.
movie, and well, they.
Oh, is this the
they
one who
do
looks
their
like Jessica
scene.
Hahn?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they do their scene. She, strips. You get to see the camera zoom right up on her boobs.
Okay,
So
and this is the first time we get the Scream Queen title track, the heavy metal quote unquote song.
Yes.
We get this song replayed later, but we
lot.
get it here, and this is a good one. There's
It's a scorcher.
Yeah, it's
sure.
you could. I think the chorus culminates with the "You can scare my pants off anytime." Scream
Yeah.
Queen, and then it's.
I mean,
so
it's
good.
no Doc in Dream Warriors, but it's pretty.
Yeah,
good.
it's better. What movie more accurately capture, or what song more accurately captures the movie? I would argue, while Dream Warriors does have it gets close to that movie's essence. I feel like the Scream Queen song really nails Santa Claus. Like
I mean, it does almost perfectly on the nose, you might say.
Yeah.
On Rudolph's red nose. So now, as they're setting up to do this photo shoot, right, with the Scream Queen, we cut back to Wayne drugging the children. Now, the children are
Oh my
drugged.
god! You know what? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is one of the fucking funniest, best scenes I've ever seen in my life, man. This is
Okay.
fucking incredible. Why add the fucking marshmallow? They're already drinking it. The marshmallow is only going to slow the fucking shit down, right? And they look like the kids from fucking Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, they.
When they're
Oh my
laid
Yeah.
out, right?
Yeah,
It's Dawn
they
of the
do.
fucking Dead.
They
The
really
way that
do,
those,
Tim.
yeah, the way they
And then
are
they
like,
pass out 2 times the same exact way in the same exact positions.
yes, they do.
I'm like,
so
these
good.
kids are fucking professional.
Yeah.
No, these kids are fucking the best actors in the movie, bar none. I mean, that's saying something because you see a lot of vagina.
They're powerhouse performances.
So my thing is though that by the time the kids, he makes them the drugged hot cocoa, prepares it for them lovingly. They drink it and pass out, and then we cut back, and the photo shoot is just ending.
Right. So, and again, in this case, this initial drugging, The only thing is she's going out shopping. He has no way of like at least in this,
Yeah,
the
he could
next
not
one, it's
predict
like
when she's gonna be back.
working. You kind of
Wait,
have an
hold
idea.
hold on, Matt.
Oh, here we go.
We're
Women be
all
shopping.
married
Go
here,
for it, Tim.
right? Yeah, that's right. Women be shopping, not be shopping for short times.
Tim, if
Okay.
your wife said right
Fair
now,
enough. Fair enough.
Tim,
Uh-huh.
if your wife came in right now and said, Tim, I'm going out shopping with my friends.
Oh, with her friends? Oh my God!
Yep.
I got like the shit that I can get up to.
You got time to drug some kids,
Yeah.
and,
You can
and
drug
then they'll
some
wake
kids.
up and or they'll.
They're already be awake. Yeah.
Well, that's true. Actually,
I got dosed twice.
She goes shopping so late that like when she gets back, doesn't she remark that like, oh, they're always so difficult to get to bed?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, I
No,
just
it's
sang
fine.
some carols. Or
I
whatever.
sang with him and we danced. No, we played Old Maid until
Oh, hold
they
on,
passed
hold on,
out.
hold on. Isn't she kind of like Usher going into the Apple store 3 hours after they closed? They're gonna open up because she's so famous, right?
Maybe. I mean, you would think she's
she
so
can
famous,
shop
she
late.
might have someone doing her shopping for
Well,
her.
Wayne does some shopping too because he
Yeah.
goes out after he drugs the kids. He goes out and kills both the people on the set. Then he sees a bell ringing Santa Claus.
And gets
and-
like an
Yo,
awful-
get
by
on!
the
This
way-
is my corner. This is my corner, man.
I was gonna say, Tim, this is the Tim Yobo of fucking Salvation Army
I got a
Santas.
good rack in here.
It's for charity, you fucker.
No, that guy's
Look.
that guy.
That fucking Santa suit and that red pot is not trademarked, okay?
Yeah, no, that
That's a
guy.
good
He's
point,
hoping
Tim.
you will be.
It's who shows up first.
I bet you-
You're getting donations from people because they
Yeah.
see you and they fill in the blanks.
I'll bet you that there's a sign on top of that, right? And Russo was like, "Listen, I need you to get in character. Go out and ring this bell and get money all
Raise
fucking
some
Oh my God,
money.
this is the part of the
Oh,
budget?
shit. Yeah.
Yes. And then the little sign on top of it looks like it says Salvation Army, but it says Scream Queens Illustrated.
Yeah, or no,
Same
you know
time.
what?
Is that a crime? If I got a Santa outfit
God.
next year, right, and I just bought a red pot, and just stood on a corner and just shook my butt. I don't say anything. There's no signs or anything at all.
You just let them do the
Is
work.
that
Yep.
a crime? Yeah.
I mean,
No, Tim, it is not a crime
probably
to
not.
impersonate
I mean,
a
maybe-
Salvation
maybe
Army
only
member.
Next
like
year,
whatever-
my wife is getting a fucking nice Louis Vuitton bag. Okay.
So Tim's
Whatever-
plan is to steal Salvation Army fucking.
which is fine. They're
yeah,
terrible.
hold on. Fuck the Salvation
Valor.
Army.
Yeah.
Look those motherfuckers up. Fuck
Right.
them right in the ass.
Okay.
But-
Then you're gonna
Mass, I
steal
should
their
say.
lack of valor.
I think the only thing you could get in trouble with is whatever like would be the like panhandling type, like
Freedom of
That's
speech,
actually.
baby.
Yep, that's protected under the First Amendment, Matt. He's
Yeah.
got you there.
okay.
And it's not even freedom of speech because I'm not even saying anything. It's freedom
Yep.
of bells, man.
No,
Let
you
the
could just
Liberty
say-
Bell ring.
All you got to do is say Merry Christmas. God
Yeah.
bless you. Thank
Right.
you.
All right.
I'll. Would you fuck me for $20 worth of quarters, not rolled up?
I genuinely love that this scene is in the movie.
I do,
It
too.
doesn't
I
need
love
to
it.
be at all.
Because the fucking Santa, the guy walks away and he's still going off on it.
Yeah, like you.
After-
Dude, don't fuck with my corner. Yeah, you better make
After-
sure they know.
This
Okay,
is just,
then don't tell them where to buy the suit.
yeah.
No.
Oh yeah. I
Well,
forgot.
unless you're getting a cut
Which,
of
by
the
the
Santa
way-
suits.
We have to
Now-
see him buy the suit.
Okay.
This
Now
is
hold
guerrilla
on.
film. This is guerrilla filming, right? They
Yeah.
just fucking put that Santa outfit right there at the beginning.
'Cause that
of the
store-
They said, go.
Yeah.
No, here's the racket. It's just like the gold rush, right? You're walking down the street, you see a bell ring in Santa, you're Tim Yobo. You think, holy shit, all I got to do is go buy a suit and a red bucket, and I'm going to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
You ask the Santa, where
You
do
don't
I
know.
get
It's all
it?
about the corner. Yeah.
You ask the Santa, where do I get your setup? And he tells you to go to his friend's store across the street to
Yep.
buy the outfit. You get charged out the ass on the outfit. He cuts the bell ringer in on the whole fucking scam, and it's Russo all the way down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was kind of a reasonable price for the Santa outfit that he got.
$60? Yeah. It was very
It says
convenient.
$120 in today's money. I looked
It
it
was
up on the
really
inflation
convenient
calculator. Yeah.
that at the novelty shop, the
It was
first
just
place
there.
he went to, it was on the counter in his size.
It's Christmas, man. It's the last day. These are your scalp tickets, and the concert is starting in 10 minutes. They go in
No.
for cheap.
Tim, the bell ringer across the street, sized him up and signaled to his friend. They got a bell ringing code.
Oh,
It's
when
the
I ring the bell
Astros
3
all
times.
over again, baby.
Yes.
That was my one sports reference I know. Anyhow.
I really think I'm going to do that next year. Fuck this. Fuck the Salvation
Jesus
Army, man.
Christ.
Wherever the
Tim.
Salvation Army is, I'm going to sit up 3 feet in front of them.
Okay,
Tim.
please, when you get arrested for something, I'm not sure like what the crime's going to be in this moment, but there will be one.
Come
Even though this part's
on, give me
legal-
a Bloody Bits T-shirt to wear or something like that
Yep.
when I get arrested.
Yeah, that and then just try and use the Santa Claus defense.
Yes.
It's our sanity clause.
You're right. Just be like, look,
Look,
Your Honor,
I-
I'd like to show you a movie.
when I was, Your Honor, when I
did
was a
this for a bit.
teenager,
Yeah, I did it for a bit.
2 bits.
listen,
And 2
You're
bits
right.
at a time. Yeah, look at
I
that.
can't tell if the jury's hung, but they're certainly hard.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, Tim Yoba. So anyway, back to the movie.
Listen, I'm just fucked up that I got to wait till next year to do it.
Well, I know. We're gonna have to
I mean,
keep
you
reminding you of this.
You
Make
know
sure
what?
that
You could do it for other holidays. You could be the Easter Bunny. You could be a cherub Valentine's person.
Nah, there's nothing else like a Santa that gets you to give money, right? Nobody's giving
it
money
is,
to the fucking Easter Bunny.
it is all
What
about
does the
giving.
Easter Bunny need money for? Eggs? Well, wait a second. Yeah.
Yeah, eggs are fucking
Yeah.
expensive.
Wait,
Yeah, we've-
Tim,
we've seen many a
here's
news
an idea.
report.
Okay, I'm going to dress up as the Easter Bunny. I'm going to go into fucking MAGA country. And I'm going to say, thanks, Joe Biden.
I
Easter
can't
eggs
afford-
cost so much money.
Now I
that
can't
need
afford
some
eggs.
Donations. Come on.
Man,
Yeah,
you needed
no,
this
and then
idea
you-
just a couple of years ago, because
then you just say, Tim, then you just say.
They're going to blame shit on Joe Biden for the next 4 years. Don't worry.
Yeah, totally.
That's
Then
true,
all you
yeah.
have to say, Tim, is you just say, I'm donating a percentage of this to buy eggs for kids, disadvantaged children for Easter.
yeah.
And then you work it out with your buddy that sells eggs. Sell it at a profit, you know? and everybody's making money.
I buy Matt's kid a comic book. There
Yeah.
you go.
Yep.
Well,
Give
we're
God a
all
present.
someone's kid, and we all feel disadvantaged at different times. Boom.
I should do this, and I'll spring up a charity called Eddie's Kids, and it's just for my kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'll let them listen to my podcast, people, and be like,
Adopt
look, my
me and
kids.
Matt so we can
No.
get in on it.
Yeah, I'll let people listen to
wow.
the podcast. Be like, listen, my kids are going to find this one day. They're going to need therapy,
Yeah.
and that's expensive. Every dollar you spend goes for Eddie's kids.
You do that Demi Moore striptease fund.
Yeah, exactly. So, fucking insane. Then we cut back to he's doing a stakeout of Mary Jane. Right, the lady that was just filming while eating an apple in maybe the most unhinged way I've ever seen a person eat an
I
apple.
love this, dude. This is fucking incredible. I love this shit because the bad guy always eats an apple, right? Whenever
Yeah.
you see somebody eating an apple in a movie or TV show, that means
Bad
they're the
guy.
bad guy.
Yeah,
And the way he's fucking going to town on this goddamn thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll tell you this. One side of that apple doesn't taste like shit.
He takes 4 bites of the apple without chewing in between. It's fucking legend, my
He's
friend.
just hucking that fucking apple down his fucking throat. Jesus. He's a throat goat.
He literally is, Tim, but he uses the grapefruit technique. Oh God! So Mary Jane goes home to feed her cat and then take a shower afterwards. I said, I guess. No, she just put on a robe so we can see her pussy for a second. Thanks. These are my stream of conscious notes. So she checks her messages, and it's her boyfriend, Ted, saying he just called to say he loves her, just like Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, and he mentions that, which I'm like, that's an infringement, right? Can you get away with that? Talking about another song? Well, they only say
Well,
the title and the name of the person who
Tim,
sings it, right?
It's
So,
not like Stevie Wonder's going to see this movie.
That's true. But the other thing I have noticed is what the fuck kind of answer machine is that goddamn thing? It's like a fucking army answer machine from 1950 with how big
It does. It's Soviet era. Russo went to some
This
museum.
is a Soviet,
for like,
yes. This is
maybe that was the Russians funded
Yeah.
the movie a little bit. Maybe I don't know.
This is the answer machine that got a message on, hey, the nuclear reactor's melting. Get here quick.
So she hops in the bathtub and she washes herself the way that I would wash her in the bathtub, which is just rubbing her boobs.
Make sure. Come on, you got to make sure they're shiny and clean. Yes.
They got to sparkle, right? That was Elizabeth Sparkle's whole thing. So then Santa shows up, says, hey, is this the Ryan residence? No.
My God. This is,
Well,
I don't know why, but somehow I got a Clockwork Orange with Alex at the door with my car crashed. He should have been like, my sleigh crashed, right? Play this off, make it funny.
Yeah, no. Instead, he's just saying, hey, I got to go to some kid's party. Can I at least come in and use your phone? You know?
No, my mom had told me not to let anybody in the house.
Well, what if it's Santa Claus, though? Ho, ho, ho. Like, well, I guess
I love that play of word. I love that because that works on so many fucking different levels, right?
It does. So she lets him in.
He's a pimp Santa Claus.
Yeah. Santa pimp. So he gets in there, pins her down immediately, and starts telling her, I love you, Raven.
Okay, here's what I have written down. At this point, you know what? You got to buy into it, honey.
Yeah.
Play it. Here's your chance to get a fucking, I don't know, whatever the equivalent in, what is it, an ACE award with the porn actresses?
Mm-hmm.
An AVN?
Yeah.
Yes.
AVN.
I'm Raven. I love you. I might even look different because I'm doing a movie and I have different makeup on, but I am Raven and I love you.
And hey, you know how whenever we have your favorite kind of sex, the first thing I have to do is go check the gun cabinet?
Yes.
I'll be
Remember
right
when you
back.
were a kid, you want to make sure that 22 is locked up, right?
Yep, I'm going to go make sure it's locked up so nobody breaks in on us. Dead. No, instead he freaks out. He's like, wait a minute, you're not Raven. That's not so Raven. Why can't
I was waiting. I was like, you know what? I can make this. I already could have made this joke like 15 times. I was like, you know what? I'm going to see who does it first. And
yeah,
you got it. Yeah. My money wasn't on Matt, but
my back hurts, Tim. I can't reach the fruit at the top of the tree. So he fucking pins her down. He's all like, why you can't do that to me? I'm fucking Santa. And then he just chokes her out. Doesn't even use the claw on her, just chokes her to death. So, that's fun. Anyhow, Raven comes back home, and Wayne's chilling out, and he tells her, oh, yeah, we played Old Maid until the kids fell asleep.
Oh, they slept like logs.
And you better hope that, I mean, again, he's not thinking this shit through, but, like, he better have at least played, like, one, like, round of Old Maid, because one thing that kids will always know, like, is... like that kind of thing. They will say like, oh, we did play this game. Like if you can, because like that's a way you could always catch like
pedophiles.
Like, well, or just even like when kids themselves are lying about like what them and their friends were doing. Like if they weren't supposed to be playing video games, and you're like, what were you doing? Like they cannot not talk about the games that they played. Like I swear, they would tell them themselves constantly. So. You know,
makes sense, I suppose.
Wayne better have actually, played at least one round so his story holds up. Because otherwise...
I love how these kids don't even realize the next day they woke up that anything was wrong.
Oh, yeah, they were both like, oh, man. They must have been so tired.
Those were some good cookies, I guess. So fucking, the Quaalude cookies.
Hold on a second. This is all fucked up because they should know that something's up because he's giving them chocolate when he gives them that fucking the concoction, right? And they say, Mom doesn't let us eat chocolate because it has caffeine in it. It says it won't let us go to sleep.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
he's
this
being
shit
the
fucking
nice guy
knocks them out.
babysitter. So.
Well, he also says, don't worry, I think this will put you right to sleep.
Oh, yeah, your mom's a liar. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, this guy can't stop just like being a super creep. So, like,
he can't not be Dick Dastardly. It's fucking crazy. So, but this is the scene though, where he disappears the bodies, right? And we go back to Eric. Remember the husband?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
the hair.
He tells the new broad that it's over.
Oh, this is his hero turn.
Yeah, he
And-
wakes up the next morning,
Yeah,
and now
his
that he has
hero
to check
turn
out.
after he banged the chick out 3 or 4 times, and like,
Yeah.
oh wait a second, what did I do?
His hero turn is suspiciously before 11 a.m. on checkout day.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But he does deliver maybe my favorite line in this movie, which is when he looks back at this woman and goes, "You were great stuff, but it's over. You were great stuff. Not what we
But
had
it's
was
over."
great.
Yeah.
Not, you
Well,
know.
I think he also says to her, I think he says, "Don't worry, you have this spread for the month."
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
he
And
says
he
it's
paid the tab.
over, and she says, "What? Our relationship or the shoot?" And he says
Yeah.
both, but
Both.
don't worry, you have the spread
Yeah.
of the month. So
Yeah.
I mean, she got what she wanted. What the fuck? You
Well,
want
plus
this guy?
She gets him back though, because when he's walking out the front door, she flips him off.
Right. But that's the
Yeah,
other
yeah.
thing is it seems like she did want
Got
more.
his ass.
It seemed like she was trying to break him.
Yeah,
Up
she was
with the
trying
wife.
to be his new girl.
Well, hold on. He is the photographer who launched Raven's career.
Right.
That's true.
Right, so this is like
So she
this
is
like,
trying to Fatal
Yeah,
Attraction.
this is like Bo Derek and John Derek on a
Oh,
set, and
shit.
the 18-year-old girl is hitting on John
Okay.
Derek. Yeah.
Better ending. She Fatal Attractions Raven, right? Wayne Fatal Attractions Joey Botafuco.
And they end
Then
up together.
they end up having to both pretend that they're with the right person.
Dude, that
Oh, it's like the end of The Graduate.
Yeah, where
exactly.
immediate regret, and then it's
Yeah. Oh, that'd be fucking
that
great.
would have been amazing.
He's just in the Santa suit, so she thinks that, and she's
They're
dyed
just
her
in a
hair and
Santa
everything.
suit. They're on the sleigh. Then the reindeers
She's-
take off. They just look at each other. What
She's
now?
she's done the fucking single white female move, cut her hair, dyed it, put on Raven's clothes. Oh my god, that'd be fantastic. But no,
I
that
still
doesn't
take Jennifer Jason Leigh in that movie. Sorry.
Now, what does happen in this movie, though, is now Raven tells the girls the funny story about the fan that was going to fucking rape her at a convention.
Yeah, wasn't this in relation to like, aren't you famous? And it's like, yeah, let
Yeah.
me tell you about like, the
Yeah,
time
this is
I'm
her
so
story of
famous,
being
I was
famous.
almost assaulted. Like,
Yeah. But he was just drunk, though, so it's okay. Then the
Right.
kids ask,
like your dad.
then the kids ask, does our dad love you? And she's like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
While she's
anyhow-
like, her eyes are darting around, like, oh,
Yeah, he'll be home in a couple of days.
So anyhow,
Those
now
cigarettes
she-
are like 3 states away. He gets those special European cigarettes. They're not just sold anywhere in Pittsburgh.
Oh, no. Those are expensive. Yeah, it takes a while. You gotta book a flight and the whole rigmarole. Then they lose your luggage, so you gotta, take another little vacation.
yeah.
So now Raven goes to the set because now she's filming the final shot, right? The big
Right.
Raven extravaganza. It's Sparkle's fucking New Year's Eve party, right?
You're right.
While this is happening, Eric goes back home and he tries to play with the pet dog outside.
That dog
And
wants
it is
nothing to
very
do with
clear
him.
to me that the dog does not like the actor,
No.
but is trying to be cool.
Yes, it's a good boy. That's why.
And what they're trying to do is play this off like the dog knows something's wrong inside.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah.
that's what they're going for. But
Oh,
the vibe-
it's the OJ dog.
It's more like at the end of Snatch when the dog that swallowed the diamond runs back to the Pikers camp and
Yeah.
Tommy gets out of the car and they got to explain to the cops, oh, he was just walking his dog. Tommy, go get the dog. And the dog keeps fucking darting away from him and shit.
Yeah.
It's got the same kind of dog energy.
Yeah.
And I'm there for it. Dog's second best
I
actor.
love this fucking movie. Yes.
Second best actor in the movie is the dog. The kids are the best because of the scene that the dad walks in on, the perfect recreation of the perfect recreation of the Night of the Living Dead children.
And
They're
a perfect
passed out.
recreation
One
of
of the
their
dead,
own
yeah.
scene earlier.
Right. I'm saying they're recreating their recreation.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But I love also how when the dad walks in, he looks at the fucking knocked over cup of hot chocolate. He dips his finger into it. He tastes it. Because he knows not to spit it out like a real fucking
Yeah.
gangster, man.
He can taste.
That's a quaalude.
Yeah, I don't know that sedative. I mean, like, other than a little bitter, maybe. I don't know that like a sedative is gonna taste like anything. Like,
Maybe he put raw milk in the fucking thing. You don't know what that shit tastes like.
That's true. Yeah. And here's the other thing, though.
Which, by the way, I'm buying stock in raw milk.
Yeah.
The dad is so in tune with the taste of slipping somebody a Mickey.
That's true. This is
he can pick
knows.
it up where the children aren't like, oh, this is
Yep.
yucky.
Yeah, this guy, they clearly have like downed like at least most of these like mugs of it.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
noticing.
Well,
anything.
no, hold on. Here's the thing. No, mom never lets them drink or eat any of this stuff, so they don't
They don't
know
have the frame of
that
reference.
it's not supposed
This
to
is
be
really
this
well
taste
written.
with the bitter. Yeah.
You know what? You're right. It is.
You never had bitter chocolate?
I can't
Yeah, no,
find a
right.
flaw in the logic, Tim. You're right. buddy.
You're right. This is solid.
I
So-
love this fucking movie.
So then the way that the next scenes here play out, I have so many questions on why they chose to do it this way. Because okay, Raven's doing her thing, she's dancing, she gets topless, she's rubbing her titties with a box.
We're getting the Scream Queen song again. So now,
Scream Queen
Yeah.
song again, of course, the big crescendo moment for her. While this is going on, the dad sees his drugged children and no mother. So he calls his mom and sister. Forget 911,
Yep.
forget poison control, his mom and sister. They come
Dude.
over.
When you're in this line of work, you can't call the cops.
that's
Of
true.
course.
This
Right?
might be too
Over.
familiar. Like, yeah, he basically calls
This is
for
like
a
the
cover
third.
up.
This could be the
crew.
third time Child
Oh, he
Protective
does.
Services called at your house for some
You're
reason
right,
or
because
the other, right?
he calls his doctor too.
Right. His doctor's
Oh,
coming over.
shit,
And the
yeah.
doctor's coming over, aka the wolf.
Right.
The wolf, yep. Oh,
Yep.
that's the end of the scene. That's the end of the scene we need to see where all the fucking kids and the mom and the sister-in-law are just dead.
Yeah.
No witnesses.
And the wolf shows up. He's like, all right, you're going to need to get some towels. I'm sure you've got some under.
Yeah.
So, okay. So he gets the mom and the sister come over. They're like, oh, well, I guess Wayne was babysitting him. And he's like, oh, Wayne, that cocksucker. Goes next door, knocks. No Wayne.
Right.
So then he goes back
I
home. and
never
he's like-
trusted him. Yeah.
So he goes back home and he's talking to the mom and the sister. I'm like, your wife's missing.
Right.
Yeah, no cops. We're not going to call. Nothing. This is
Well,
you
and technically
handling
she's
it.
not working. Why he didn't just call the office that he works at?
Yes.
So, no, they explain
because
it.
the sister-in-law rats around. It's like, oh, she's not
Yeah.
home. She's probably
She's
at
at
the
work.
studio shooting something. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then the sister-in-law says, well, why don't you call the studio? And he says, no, I want to surprise her and see what's going on.
Right,
You
he
were the
thinks he's
one
gonna
that was
catch-
just
You know-
fucking
Oh,
someone.
my God.
Right.
Whoa,
Which
whoa,
makes
hold on,
no
hold on.
sense.
No, Matt, because here's where the guilty conscience thing comes in, all right?
Oh,
because
projecting.
if he's cheating on his wife,
Yep.
In a
now,
work environment.
if she's cheating on him, now it's
Okay.
a wash, or now he has something on
Yes.
her because he knows that he catches her cheating, but she doesn't know that he cheated, so he
Okay.
has that.
So, I would agree with you on this one, with the exception of you got the extra element that the kids are drugged. So he
But
is,
you've tasted it, okay? You know it's only 15 milligrams of a fucking Quaalude.
But that means
it's
something
not
else
going to
is
kill
going
them
on.
during their body weight.
like, why would he be worried that she's cheating on him when she's had the house to herself and the kid? Like, why? Like this? It's too. There's this extra wild card there that so his
Yeah, that's
level-
right. If you're gonna drug the kids, just cheat upstairs. Why drug the kids and then go
That's-
someplace off site the fuck,
I mean,
right?
that's
Where
what
did-
the first scene of the movie taught us that.
Yeah. Where did Wayne get the pills? Are we to believe these are pills he still had left over from when he was a teenager and his
Or
uncle
now-
drugged him?
He just knows that like that's what he's got to go do.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Or maybe they were the mom's pills.
I mean, it could have been
Hey, it's
Benadryl.
Pittsburgh, right? Go to a fucking truck stop to get this shit 1, 2, 3.
True. That's a good point. He probably got them from the guy that sold him the Santa outfit.
Yeah.
He's like, look, we don't
Is it
ask
gonna fit?
questions.
Yes, it'll fit.
Yeah. Yeah. How much for 2 kids? How many pills for 2 kids? Probably 1.5 pills per kid. Anyhow, enjoy the suit and the pills, creep.
You want to buy a Santa suit and some hard-on pills? What?
Yeah.
No, a Santa suit and knockout pills that are metered out for children.
Yeah.
That's, you know what? I might stop him and ask him a question at that point, just in case. So anyhow, Eric shows up, right? And when he gets there, like a guy just cards him at the stairs
Okay.
for no reason.
This is the best.
Hold on, man. fucking photographer. Why the fuck is this guy carding you?
And
But
yeah,
you know what it is? You know what it is? Again, because I just watched it the other night. It's the beginning of Dawn of the Dead when Flyboy shows up at that fucking TV studio that he's the
Yep.
fucking weather reporter guy
Yep.
on.
Yeah.
Why does he have to show that cop ID?
see, yeah, that's a good call. Also, did we get the would-be bouncer's little backstory about needing to get out and get a gift for his kid at this point?
Yeah.
So we get a little bit of like, okay,
A little character.
so it's Christmas Eve. It's
Yeah.
dark out.
Mhm.
You
You
were
just get a
working.
Turbo Man.
You were working in a dingy office where a woman is writhing around getting
Yeah.
filmed, and you still have to go out and get a gift for you. Oh,
Dude,
you're
this
doing
is why
life
some
great.
kids get future Scream Queen jackets for Christmas.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Last minute dad. I couldn't even get to a fucking
That's
gas
the last
station to
place
buy
he
a
was.
fucking
He's been
Tom
out of
Brady.
town. He's been
Look,
out of
it's
town.
either-
He didn't get them anything. The only place he's been is his house in this office.
It's either going to be
I couldn't even
this.
stop over the Hess truck station.
It's either going to be this or whatever the guy at the novelty shop has left, and that might be pills. So,
Right.
Which
If
by
you
the way,
like-
did any of us ever
they've
get a
already got
Hess truck?
those. So
You ever
Yeah.
get a Hess truck for Christmas?
yeah, the like the really cheap like you're talking about like the one that like the truck trailer that like
It's Hess truck, yeah.
Yeah.
They're all cheap, I think. Yeah.
yeah.
Eddie, never really. You know what? You're lucky
No,
because
I
because now I look back on that, I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, Uncle. Fuck you for getting me some stupid fucking last minute throwaway gift.
I got like a cheap, like clearly a truck stop fucking RC car one year.
Oh,
it
nice.
literally worked twice for like 2 minutes.
I think
And
that's
that
just an RC
dead.
car, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that-
about
that
like
could've just been
With that
1980s.
fucking antenna that was all fucking limp and shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been a good one. I don't know.
Yeah, if
but
the
it
antenna
felt
doesn't
like
stand
shit.
up, it's not going to work.
Yeah, it's a good rule of thumb, Tim. And
This
cough.
movie learned that.
Yeah. So our killer Wayne shows up in the Santa suit and then just follows this poor lady who works there cleaning up and claws her to death.
Dude, yeah, what is she? Why?
She didn't do shit.
Yeah,
She's just cleaning up. She's a
she's
janitor.
doing the cleaning on Christmas Eve after like
On a porn set.
yeah
Yeah.
This is the one. Do not mess with her. Life has
Listen.
been too hard already. Like
Remember the way we were so kind about first responders and like service
Yeah.
workers during COVID? This lady's
Oh,
cleaning
bang
up.
the pots, yeah.
Yeah, somebody needs to bang a pot for this poor lady.
yeah,
She's doing the Lord's work. You got to jack off on Christmas.
yeah.
I'm going to say, hold on, for real. Is this maybe the least undeserving kill in a horror movie?
100%,
I can remember
yes.
for a long time. For
She
real.
did
There's
nothing.
no reason to kill this fucking lady.
No.
Wait, didn't Michael Myers kill somebody that they didn't need to kill? He didn't need to kill in one
mean-
of those movies?
Yeah, I mean, but
Sure.
Wasn't it the drone lady or something like that? That he didn't
yeah,
need to
no,
kill?
she doesn't die though. So,
Oh, all right, well, all right.
but
Another failure for Michael Myers in that movie, yeah.
he does kill her husband though. But no, you're right though. This one is like of all of the rando like murders in like slasher movies, like this one does seem to be almost the most like why would you do that to her?
Yeah.
She's not a threat to Raven.
No reason whatsoever. Just a witness,
It's not
I
working.
guess.
You're not working your way up from fucking cleaning lady to porn star.
Right.
No,
Well,
Tim.
I don't know. It
She,
depends on what website you belong to. I
well,
guess,
Tim,
but-
she was probably on the calendar of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
If I'm going to be honest with you,
Mm.
that
That's fucked up. You were on the calendar. You were Miss December 2 years ago, and now you're a fucking cleaning lady.
Yep. Well,
Yeah, man.
Hey,
Agent,
you know what?
tough job.
It's nice that Scream Queens like still takes care of them though. Like,
yeah, totally. It's like how we took all those Vietnam vets, made them work in the post office, and drove them insane. We take
And then,
care of our people.
Dennis Quaid in The Substance, right?
True. Yeah. Good point. So fucking Eric meets up with Raven at the photo shoot. And at
Well,
the studio.
okay, wait, hold on one second, because we do see the end of Raven's shoot, where
Yes.
she and the writer-director of this movie, legendary John Russo himself, fake small talk for a little bit about how great it was or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And as he's rolling up a cable or something for the camera. His own voice, ADRs,
Yes.
really loud on the mix, pretending like it's someone else on the crew going,
Yeah.
grab that cable over there. And then like a couple more lines out, then his voice comes back, be like, unplug that. And you're like,
Yeah.
you are not telling you
Then
Why?
another
this film crew.
another classy move in this too is he straightens out her little top
Yeah.
of her clothing. So
Well,
he's
I
like,
mean,
"Oh, you
because at
got
this
that."
point, man, it's a job, right? Nippers
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything anymore, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If
So let
anything,
me fondle
covering
your
up the
tits for
nipple
this
looks
scene.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
And
let
this
me-
guy might have been filling in at last minute, this John Russo, because, again,
yeah.
previously the person who'd been directing this.
Oh, because three
Is
people
dead.
called in
Vanished.
sick that day?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, "Look, I'll film today on Christmas Eve, but I get one titty grab."
Right.
They're like, "Well, you got to make it look like an accident, but whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking go for it."
Stupid.
She's
And
gonna
I'm
be
going to write a
filled out.
Christmas song about it.
Yeah.
She's gonna be pilled out anyway. So he confronts her, and then he's like, "Listen, your fucking boyfriend Wayne drugged the kids and vanished. My family's watching the kids now. What the fuck happened?" So Raven's like, "Look, we got to go somewhere and straighten some things out."
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
We
a
got to
second.
talk.
Your children are drugged and their babysitter's missing. She's like, "Okay, well, we got to talk."
Yeah.
I think, if anything, what should set her off is that it's the mother and sister-in-law who have the kids.
I mean, knowing this
Fair
movie's
point.
like
Who's
general
gonna
moral
poison them
compass,
more? The
sure.
drugs that they took, or those in-laws.
Like, does she say? And maybe I've got this wrong, but I feel like she says like Wayne wouldn't do that. Like she initially
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
to like the
Yeah,
defense.
she comes to defend him.
Yes.
No, Wayne's harmless. He wouldn't do that kind of a fucking crazy thing.
And then knock knock.
Then knock knock. Who's
So,
there?
so yeah, exactly. There goes my whole theory, because she knows Wayne.
Yeah.
So
And
Yeah.
she sticks up for him.
then she's even stupider. Because come on,
Yes.
for real. I'm sorry.
Well,
This
Tim,
is a stupid
This whole
fucking
movie,
bitch.
she has been.
Tim, I've never said she was smart this entire fucking podcast, bud.
Yeah.
No, look, for real. We all know that women have to be on guard 100% more than any guy, right?
Oh, yeah. A million
If you're
percent.
her, if you're supposed to be the original Scream Queen, all right,
Yeah.
you already had some fucking guy show up at a fucking convention say he's going willing to take a bullet for you, and he was drunk and he tried to rape you. You should be extra on guard to any fucking dude that's around you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, above a lot of other women who've lived kind of sheltered lives, not to trust
Even
Wayne.
the woman who's lived the most sheltered life has had some fucking experience with some fucking
Yeah.
creepy ass
Right.
dude like this, where it's like
Hey,
ding,
Tim.
ding, ding.
Tim, you're a male. I am as well. So is Matt. We don't trust Wayne.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Immediately.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Man,
just
you know
saying.
what? This goes to show that women should listen to us.
That's right. Women
You're
should
sounding
listen to
real
men.
Wayne-like in that moment.
So Wayne shows up as Santa Wayne in his now spray-painted Santa outfit.
Yeah, this is like
He
almost.
sees the red Santa, he wants it painted black. Yeah.
They've tried to treat this like the
reveal.
evolution is complete. He is now Santa Claus. Like that's what this reveal
Yes.
is like supposed to be.
Yeah.
If only he was dancing Johnson stairs to Gary Glitter.
Right.
But it's nothing. It's literally like nothing. It's
No, it's yeah.
It just
You're just wondering
flutters
why
away in
did
the
he
wind.
not have the theme from the start?
just this very, very like fleeting moment. Who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So now he somehow knows that Wayne's cheating or that Eric's cheating.
Yeah. Now, to Wayne's defense, I'll come to Wayne's defense here and say,
Please.
look at that guy.
Yeah.
He's at least paying for it.
fair. Very
Yeah.
fair.
Yo, that fucking chick had it down 100%, which is like, what? I'm the first one you said that to? For
Yeah.
real?
Yeah.
You're right.
Her ability to read Eric is diametrically opposed to Raven's ability to read both
Wayne.
Wayne and Eric.
Right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
she could never be Raven because she has too much common sense.
Right.
So then he admits, he's like, yeah, I killed the fucking producer. I killed all these other people. And Eric's like, yeah, you're insane, dude. And then we get a fight scene that looks like if Kid Rock was dressed like Santa fighting fucking...
Have you ever
Joey
seen
Botafuco in a hallway chokeout?
a fight scene with so much face palming?
It's like the worst.
All it is it's like aggressively caressing cheeks. This is what this fight scene is. And the subtitles during this moment say, in parentheses, heavy metal music playing, and then men grunting. That's it. Like, that's the only thing. And I'm like,
that sounds
that's
like
what heavy metal music is made for. Yeah.
That sounds like a Steel Town good time.
Is this where he joins in on the fight and we get a fake arm for some reason?
Right. So
when she pulls back Santa's arm and she does something to him, when he digs that claws into the husband's chest.
Yes, she grabs him and swings a
fake
arm.
arm.
Yeah, that's a prosthetic arm.
So, okay, do you know what that means? He bought the doll of her.
Oh, he
from
got the doll
that
arm.
company. That's a doll arm.
Oh.
See, he didn't bring a bulletproof vest this time because he thought that they were going to try to slit his wrist, so he wore a fake arm. Wayne's always a
Makes
step
sense.
ahead.
Yeah.
But what he didn't account for was that Raven would just pick up a box marked fragile and knock him out.
I figured it was fragile, so there was like a bunch of like glass stuff in it. So like she hit him so hard that the glass shards came through the cardboard and knocked him out.
And my favorite part then is that they don't care. Okay, he's unconscious, so we won. Then she puts the box like perfectly back away.
Well, maybe she's like,
Hey, well,
I couldn't believe I didn't hear
place.
anything break. I better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She doesn't want one of the fucking
This is the office.
Whatever crazy fucking those real doll parts are expensive, and Russo will have your ass if you break one of them.
Yeah, that's going to come out of her commission, or
it's coming out of her paycheck. Yeah. So then, maybe my favorite not nude scene in this movie, they run up the stairs.
Oh my god! I have like 3 different notes on this whole fucking staircase thing.
Tim, Yobo, please describe for me the stair scene.
There's something called King of the Hill, right?
Yeah.
Stay at the top of that staircase. The guy's got a fucking plastic claw. Just keep kicking him down the fucking stairs every time he comes up. Like, you've already done one time. You've proven it works.
Right. They just wait at the top of the stairs. He walks up the stairs all limp and fucked up.
Yeah, he's all fucked up too, yeah.
Yeah. And then Eric just clips around the corner and pushes him down the stairs. He falls down the stairs, and I'm like, oh, he's dead. No, he just gets back up, brushes himself off, and walks back up the stairs.
Eric Bischoff and jump off the top of that fucking staircase and land right on that motherfucking Santa Claus.
There you go. Yeah, give him like a fucking stinger splash off the top, man. Take his
no
the
jury's
Macho
gonna
Man.
convict you in Pittsburgh. Come on.
No, you got to go Macho Man. You got to give him the big elbow drop off the top.
Because Wayne is not formidable. Let's say this. Like Wayne.
No.
Yeah, especially this fucking the hair.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
No,
Dude,
Wayne.
You're a fucking fake New Yorker. You tell people you come from Brooklyn, but you lived in fucking Flatbush. Well, that's the same thing in Brooklyn, but
I'm gonna assume someone understands that.
Yep. You know what? I can relate to that reference, Tim Yobo. So then I was like, I just was like, I literally wrote down, I wish they did this like 4 more times.
Yeah.
And then he just took a different path. Like, that'd be so good. Anyhow,
go down the chimney.
Wayne.
Oh, they can't.
Yeah, they never would expect that from Santa, from Kid Rock Santa Claus. So then Wayne fucking knocks Eric out. Raven runs off to hide, right? And then Raven starts begging Wayne, please don't do this. Don't kill me. And he says, turn yourself in. He's like, turn myself in? That's what my mother told me to do. No, she didn't. You killed your mother.
Yeah.
Right. And
That's
what? Yeah.
Mother in his
Voices.
head.
Yeah.
Okay. That would have been good. I mean, we could have done some ADR just like on top of the camera.
Nah.
You
Hey,
think Joe
grab
Russo
that
could do a
cable.
mother's
Ooh, turn
voice?
yourself
Yeah.
in. Like we could have.
There were 3 conversations happening at the same time in that scene, Matt. I'm so glad you brought it up, man. So
You really
then-
And 2 of
Dolby
them
Atmos
were
to
the same
appreciate it.
person. So that's the best part.
yeah. Oh, I know. So then she takes the claw from him, like a Scream Queen has to, takes the killer's
Yeah.
weapon and uses it on himself by stabbing him in the chest once.
Yeah.
In the
Again,
shoulder.
nothing
And then
is
we-
fatal here.
No, and then we just cut to they're a happy family again, but for some reason Eric's arm is in a sling.
Well, he did get
He got
technically
stabbed.
stabbed,
Yeah.
Oh,
but
true. He
he's
did-
milking this.
He got scratched.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. This is like somebody showing with a fucking bandage on their ear for 6 days.
Exactly.
Oh, you think Eric sued the producer's dead.
Yeah, but he could own the company now.
Oh, he
Yeah,
does. That's where
right,
he got
yeah.
the fucking Scream Queen magazine jacket he gives him
Right.
at Christmas. he owns the fucking
that was
company.
part of the settlement. Yes.
Part of the settlement. They didn't have any money, so like Alex Jones, they had to sell off all the assets.
Right. So we see now, just the day before, again, in the movie, lots of snow on the ground.
Yes.
This looks like a
Yeah.
perfectly nice fall day. But
Perfectly
it's also
nice
supposed to
fall
be
day.
Christmas morning.
And
so-
Christmas morning. Yeah. Yeah. They're out playing with the dog that doesn't like any of them. And then,
Right.
yeah, they open the presents. And, yeah, you get Scream Queen jacket for the daughter.
It
Future Scream.
is such
And we know what that entails.
a remarkable
And
way to
now
end this movie.
Daddy owns
It
the
is.
company. This
It
is like
is-
WWE, right?
It is-
This is Vince McMahon.
It is supposed to be like, isn't it so great that they're a family? And like, but like, yeah, you're like, this is future OnlyFans star, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You're going to
hey,
keep all the money in the
This-
family, man.
If you told me right now Stephen King wrote the ending for this movie, I'd believe you.
Yeah.
That's how fucking bad it is. It just ends out of nowhere for no fucking reason. They're a happy family. They're all
they're
back
not
together.
traumatized at like all the murders that happened at this place of, like,
They're not
she's not gonna
worried.
like never want to go back there again.
They're
I mean,
not
you know, the
worried
kids don't know anything. They were drugged out of their minds the whole time.
Well, yeah,
right?
the kids are fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about them. They just have been
All of a sudden, they're like,
traumatized
"Why
and
can't I sleep?"
repeatedly drugged.
And does that mean that then the kids know what Scream Queens is? Like, so
Yeah.
this is like, they really didn't shield that from them
This
at
would
all.
be like me telling my daughter the name of my podcast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Literally.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Even though she does come into this room to practice guitar and she sees that I've got a giant thing that says
But
the
she
name
doesn't
of the
know that's
podcast
your
on the
show.
wall.
It's
No,
it's an agreement between them both. Nobody's
I've
going to
always-
mention it until
yes.
she's 18. Yes.
Plus, I've always said we're not going to teach them to read unless we have male kids.
Right.
You know. So I think that about does it for this
Holy
episode of the Bloody Bits Horror Show. Matt, thank you so much for bringing this fucking movie to our
What a
attention.
surprise movie! Yeah, you know the best movies are the ones that people don't think they know what the movie is that they're going to pick.
Yeah.
Because I
That's
didn't
the
know.
best.
Like, I
Yeah.
didn't know what it was. I had a totally different, like, I thought we were going to get a real low budget, like, slasher movie with some cheap gore of, just that's like a real.
You did not
I
expect-
thought we were
Yeah.
legitimately getting a Silent Night, Deadly Night knockoff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you didn't expect was Citizen Kane.
Meets Orgy of the Dead.
No,
The
it's
Ed
the
Wood
room.
movie.
It's a horror movie. That's what it is.
What is it? It's the room.
It's
Yeah.
the room. Yeah.
It is. It's the room of fucking horror movies.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
think-
go watch it.
Didn't Terry do it with the candy statues on the grind bin? Where he's
That
just
was
like,
one-
he just
yeah.
saw the title and he's like, I don't know what the fuck this movie
Yep.
is,
Yeah.
and it turned out to be. Yeah.
And nailed it. Fucking
Yeah.
nailed it. So
Well,
you
And
had
Bobby
your
did
Terry
with White
moment.
Fire.
Yeah. it's
Yes,
true.
White Fire, exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Classic.
Yeah, it's Santa Claus right there with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Matt, buddy, if people want to pay attention to more of your shit on the internet, what should they do?
Right now, just Matt Begins, Blue B Sky stuff on
Whatever,
Blue Sky
yeah.
at Matt Begins. If you're a part of the Grindbin Patreon, their Christmas episode just came out. Christmas Martian. I'm on that episode. let's see. I'm trying to think of the Christmas Martian and Wayne, which of the two is more creepy and insane. I think I trust Wayne more than I trust the Christmas Martian, actually. So you'd have to go check that
No,
out.
I mean, he's an alien, right? At least
Yeah.
one guy lives in America.
Yeah. So there's
More
So
trust.
there's
Those
that.
Martians are not sending their best.
Yeah, they just keep coming down there and eating all our cows.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can check that out if you want more weird
They're
Christmas
eating the
movie
cow
talk.
anuses.
Yeah. Taking all of the jobs from the good, hardworking, not aliens, I guess. South Park did this already with the Goobacks episode, so you can just go watch that. Tim, what about you, buddy?
TimYobo.bsky.social.
All right, and you can check me out.
I still
at
surprise
Eddie-
myself every time I get that out without stuttering it.
I can't even do it.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
can check me out. I'm just Eddie the Axe on all the things. And if you want to get access to our bonus episodes, as well as access to the Blood Bank with over 6,000 movies in it, and
It's
now
still in
upgraded
4K.
to a 5 gigabyte fucking internet connection. That's why we had to delay this recording. Well, I've also rebuilt the computer. We've had a lot of fun. Let's just say. But you can check
it's
that out.
provided
Well,
ample
yeah, you watched the movie
opportunity
3 times.
ample opportunity for Yobo to watch this movie a bunch. So yes.
Tim, I can see how many times you watch the movie on Plex.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. 3's a little shy there, buddy. So you can
Did
check
it
that
beat
out.
out Eliza She-Wolf of the SS?
No, nothing
Oh.
will top that.
There you go.
So you could check all that out though at patreon.com/bloodybits. And as always, this is how we end it.